Do I hear a woohoo? Do we get a woohoo? Oh, there we go.
Hello, misfits. Welcome to our Skeptic Bible study. Bezaleel and Aholiab build White Castle. On this episode, the dynamic duo, Bezaleel and Aholiab, which their names probably won't stay that very long, spent a whole bunch of time building stuff for God.
That's Bible prophecy, Amy.
I know.
Their names, yeah, that's Bible prophecy right there. You could be the next prophet.
Like where's my Charlton Heston? I'm ready for it. We're ready for it. We got this.
You got him today? Okay. All right, we got you.
We got it. He's ready to do all sorts of miracles or get mad at people because they're worshiping a idol. Either one. On this episode, the dynamic duo of Bezaleel and Aholiab spend a whole bunch of time building stuff for God in what I'm sure will be passages packed with wisdom and awe. So come join us for some fun, Yahweh style. Woohoo!
Let's hear about this.
I want to thank woohoo as many woohoos as we can fit in there. I want to thank everyone for joining us out there on the inner tubes.
A little later than normal, but yeah,
a little later
we're
than
still
normal.
Here.
But we're doing the graveyard shift.
Yeah, the devil. Trust me, we don't get that late night differential. He doesn't pay shit. So yeah.
That's right.
We just get more debauchery. So hey, but it's good. It's good.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with a little bit or a lot of debauchery. I want to thank everyone for joining us out on the inner tubes. If you're feeling fancy, don't forget to like, subscribe, or follow. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Gilbert so he can explain what we're about to read.
Oh boy.
Some of you may be new to this abomination of a study. These schmucks begin by reading each episode's chapters along with the annotations on the side for funsies. The hosts are a tiny bit special, so don't mind if they butcher or replace everybody's name with something completely horrible or stupid. However, the gibberish that spews forth from their face holes will still be an attempt at reading this book from cover to cover, which I'm sure has tons of wisdom or an insight on whether we can or cannot put things up our butt. If you have time to waste screaming internet memes at random strangers, then join the Discord. Or scream at them personally at your YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch streams. Finally, don't forget to support these idiots doing more lame shenanigans at Amy Newman's Patreon page. All right, schmucks, back to you.
Thank you, Gilbert. That was great.
Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah. And that's right. You can find our Patreon page at patreon.com/Amy Newman, which helps us make more content, including awesome Patreons like K.O. Champ and Oz from the Atheist Round Table.
That's that guy from Tart, right? The
Tart?
the tart guy.
They're,
Tart
they're,
guy. Yeah.
they're getting very flavorful. Now they have tart and tang, which you got to mix together, but just as good. Just as good.
He's that guy who really triggers Darth Dawkins too. He really gets under his skin. Yeah.
Oh, I think Oz and Randolph Richardson. Speaking
They are.
of
Yeah.
dynamic
Randolph and
duos.
Oz. They are a good duo to really trigger Darth there.
But not only that, but we also have Ian Davenport.
Thank you, Ian.
But wait, Grumpy.
There's
old
more. Grumpus.
Cuss.
Who is
And
anything
then-
but grumpy when he comes on here. He's always a great guy.
Exactly.
But we
Quite a
still love him.
match.
Yeah.
And then finally, last but not least, Diana Smith.
Thank you.
Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that all button icon so you can get reminders to see our premieres or join our live streams. And okay, before we begin, let's see what's on the menu.
Do it to me.
Before we begin, I'm going to start by going over the specific Bible we'll be reading, along with some helpful category marks. Categories, you say? Why, yes, I do. You see, we're going to be reading from the Skeptic's Annotated Bible, an entire King James Bible lovingly fawned over by a skeptic who decided he would add his own notations. These are little flagpoles of sanity put in use to remind us that, hey, maybe slavery is evil, including categories like absurdity, injustice, and cruelty, but also a good amount of intolerance, contradictions, and conflicts with science or history. That doesn't mean it's not packed full of misogyny, false prophecy, and some questionable biblical family values. Now, we won't skip the good parts that the Bible has, only that these passages seem far fewer in number than any priest or pastor seems to suggest. So without further ado, won't you come join the Skeptic crew? Woohoo!
There we go. Yes. Woohoo.
And with that, everyone, welcome to our Skeptic Bible study. Previously, on the last episode, iTablet, Moses got a shiny new set of tablets, talked about the Sabbath, then demanded more stuff from his favorite group of people. Tonight, on Bezaleel and Aholiab, Build White Castle, the dynamic duo set out on an adventure asking God, or making God, as much stuff as humanly possible. So with that,
okay.
How are you tonight, James? And are you ready to get your Sims on?
I am totally ready because, last Bible study we left off on a great note. I mean, he gave tons of rules and regulations and things to kill people over. So, I'm sure we've got more wonderful wisdom coming to us this time. I can't even wait to get in, honestly. You're on mute again.
Double muted. I keep on.
Double
Remember,
muted.
folks, like zombies, you sometimes have to double tap. And okay, we are almost done the book of Exodus. We're almost
4 more
done 2
chapters,
books of
right?
the Bible. Yeah, 30. So we're gonna do 3 tonight, and then 2 more. Somehow that works out. Somehow it's fun. But
Yeah,
we are
5
in the
left.
book of Exodus, chapter 36 out of 40. Bezaleel and I forget what were the names. I think I got Olivera.
Yeah,
And
Alabama.
Bedazzah. So we're gonna do Bedazzah,
Bedazzled.
and I think Olivera. Yeah, you like
Bedazzled or-
Bedazzled?
Yeah, like the
What do
movie.
you-
Wasn't that a movie with Brendan Fraser? Where the
Sounds
devil
good.
was a woman, like you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes that
Put
happens.
on your horns. Go ahead. Trigger
Well,
Darth again.
I do have my passport ready, and we are
Okay,
selling
Newman, let's
timeshares
go.
in hell. Jerry. And okay, Bedazzle and Aloe Vera make stuff for God. And we're
Woohoo! It's
off to
arts and crafts for God again.
Yeah, he needs more stuff. Why would he do it himself? He is the all-powerful creator of the universe. Get your dude to do it.
I mean,
And okay.
it's nothing compared to the curious girdle and the breastplate of judgment,
Oh
but
my.
yeah, that Darth has a curious girdle. I heard too. Constructed biblically. Don't get any ideas. It's made just like the Bible says. Yeah.
Exactly. I forget, what is it called? Just like as many cubits as we can find. How long is a cubit? Or I'm trying to remember
Depends
what it is.
on your arm length, I think. So that's where, remember, Ken Hovind said, so if Noah and his sons were like 15 foot tall, then their cubit would have been enormous. Yeah, if they were 15 foot tall, as if that is a realistic
The
possibility. But
ladies
hey,
back then were looking for those giant cubits. And
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So let's see what's on the menu. It's almost a contradiction in itself, but it is both somehow hilarious. So we'll figure out that one.
Yeah.
And both. So
it's not you're gonna
mix it.
laugh, you're gonna cry. It's you're gonna laugh and you're gonna sleep.
Oh, what a wonderful time. All right. This has to be in the Bible. We can't edit it. Here we go. Book of Exodus, chapter 36. Then wrought Bedazzle and Aloe Vera, and every wise-hearted man, in whom the Lord, Bob, put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary. Ooh, where's my whip? According to all the Lord has commanded. And Charlton Heston called Bedazzle and Aloe Vera and every wise-hearted, they keep on calling wise-hearted man, happens, in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom. Even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come on unto the work to do it. Oh my.
This is taking a left turn already.
I know, this is getting kinky. And they received of Charlton Heston all the offering which the children of Israel Shmishmael had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it withal. And
I'm sorry, I only brought like a Britney Spears CD from 1998 coupled with an AOL CD from 1999. So actually like 40 of those. So that's all I have to offer for the temple. I'm sorry, God.
Sorry, God. That's almost like 10%.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my. Hey, like I said, I feel like my previous statement stands. The ladies, though 18 inches, I'd actually feel like, now that I'm thinking about that,
that's a little large, but
I forget what the age-old joke is.
There is a passage in the Bible about that the woman lusted after a certain group of men because their genitals were the size of donkey genitals. So I guess that goes with that, you know. Hey.
And it's an age-old joke. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. And we are moving through.
Darth can tell you all about that.
And the Lord Bob had put wisdom. They're putting wisdom. And they received of Charlton Heston all the offering which the children of Israel Shmishmael had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it.
I got my CDs.
Withal.
Okay, good. You got it.
Yes.
All right, good.
Got him. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. Is that like a free breakfast?
Free AOL, 50 free hours. You get it every day. Yeah, here's a new one every day.
And all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came, every man from his work which they made.
Yeah, you gotta work hard sometimes to get it, but yeah. You work for it, but it's worth it. It's worth it in the end.
She works more for her money. And they spake unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work, which the Lord Bob commanded to make.
So too many CDs, you don't need them all? I mean, it's too much?
I guess so.
Okay.
And so every wise-hearted man gave Bezalel and Aholiab the materials they needed to build the things that God wanted. Bezalel and Aholiab said to Moses, "The people brought us much more than enough to do what God commanded us to do."
Hey, hey, hey! It looks like time to skim a little bit off the top there. Hey.
And Charlton Heston gave commandment, as he kind of does a lot, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, "Let neither man nor woman," sponsored by Gatorade, "let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary." So the people were restrained from bringing. So Moses gave the people a commandment, telling the people not to bring Bezalel and Aholiab anything more.
They got enough. Okay, we get it.
We get it.
Camp Anawana has totally stopped.
Been doing it all day. We got it. All right. For the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make, and too much, because the people had brought them too much stuff. Ooh.
Ooh.
And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle, they love tabernacles, made 10 curtains of fine twine linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and cherubims of cunning work made he them. Wise-hearted men helped Bezalel build a tabernacle, making 10 blue, purple, and scarlet curtains with cherubim of cunning work. Okay. The length of one curtain, once again, we are in some deep wisdom. The length of one curtain was 28 cubits, and breadth of one curtain, we're back in exposition mode, 4 cubits. The curtains were all one size. James, were the curtains 2 sizes?
Of course not. Why would you need multiple size curtains? That's
were they
ridiculous.
3 sizes?
No. Listen, Newman, what's your absolute? Your absolute needs to be God. He would only have one size. I mean, like, look back to Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. Remember the Emperor in his room there before Darth Vader killed him? I mean, look at the curtains he had on the wall. It's only one size. I mean, come on.
That's interesting. In canon, there must have been a time where Darth Vader was like, "I want black curtains."
I mean, like, what if you wanted a different color cape or a different color helmet? I mean, would you want to be the one to tell Darth Vader, "Sorry, Darth Dawkins Vader, all we have is black, man"?
And he coupled the 5 curtains one onto another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled one onto another. I feel like they're redundant for a second. That's not me. That's the Bible.
Spooning.
Yeah, okie dokie. The curtain was 28 cubits long, 4 cubits wide. From the 10 curtains, Bezalel made 2 large curtains by joining 2 groups of 5 curtains. We really are in The Sims. Like, I made the joke, and then it happens somehow.
This is like you in Civilization 16 or whatever number they're up
to. Basically. Yeah. And he made loops of blue. What color were they, James?
FUCUS. Were they blue?
That's damn right, they were blue.
Okay,
if we were to change,
I'm like super ADD, but I'm barely able to follow along with you.
That's okay. If it was red, we can't change it to red. Can't change it to yellow. Story is as it is. This is history.
It's either red or blue. Like, Delaware's blue, Florida's red, but I mean, at the end, we're all still Americans, right? We all love each other.
Oh, still Americans. Yeah. Exactly. America. And I love everyone in the world.
Absolutely.
And all everything.
Yeah, even outside America.
Even outside. But I do love. It's both. I do both. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the selvage in the coupling. Selvage. Likewise,
no, you got it.
Likewise, he may sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the Bible. Don't know. Sometimes both of us. Oh, I say, made in the othermost side of another curtain in the coupling of the second.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. There you go.
I mean, we're getting close to IKEA level here. Like, this is crazy. Like, not crazy as in like literally crazy, just crazy as in like I didn't expect the Bible to spend this much details.
I mean, it's like
specific details.
It's like the Project Runway suit show making Aaron Ra's get up, and for him and his kids. I mean, Tim Gunn came out and said, "God, this is a hot mess. This is not going to work. You've got all these colors and the bells and the scar. No, God." And then God killed Tim Gunn.
Oh, nothing like a lightning bolt. Do. I'm a deity. Do. Okay, 50 loops made he in one curtain. Okie dokie. And 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. We're getting IKEA. And he made 50 tacks of gold and coupled the curtains. Man, they're just getting stuff all over the place.
I don't know if you've ever had to put furniture together before, but I'm thinking about putting my son's crib together when he was going to be born. And these instructions are way more detailed than that. That is, yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, Moses and Aaron, they had it easy. God told them exactly how to do it. They didn't have to use any kind of license at all.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how they got all this stuff just from all these people.
I mean, I'm trying to put this stuff together, and it goes like from it stops being English and goes to Chinese, and then back to English again, and I'm like, praise God.
Now we actually have Sam,
our third host of the most.
Yeah, let's bring in Sam. Sam, how are you doing?
The fuck? Okay.
Did you want to wait?
No, I'm fine. I just got home after a day of work, and I've had some wine.
Oh boy!
Decided to have some more wine, and so I'm gonna light a hookah. And I already ate some stuff. I gave into cravings, but
it happens to us all.
Yeah, it does.
Well, that sounds good. Couple up, have fun, and let's see. I think this is going to be a very exciting chapter. I can feel it.
So, the two names of these guys,
Aloe Vera and Bedazzled.
Aloe Vera and Bedazzled. Okay, cool. Because like Aholiab. Like, is that like one abdomen muscle that's holy and the other 7 are just like sinful?
I don't know. I'll pray about it, and when I get an answer, I'll let you know.
It's a holy ab.
It's a holy ab.
The holy abs. That could be a machine. You could make an infomercial of that. And you could sell them in churches. The holy
and you know what
machine.
You could put on top of it? You could put a curious breastplate.
Well, that too, but he could be your spokesman.
And okay, let's jump back into the fun. Okay, we got
18. I think you're on 18.
Gold for the
or 17. They all look the same, but 17 or 18.
Yeah, any coupled fun? No, I think we're on 14. No, I see. You're right. It all looks so redundantly redundant.
Yeah,
it's like a forest. And okay, that's okay. So goat's hair, because I don't remember reading goat's hair. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. Was it 9 curtains? Was it 12 curtains?
I thought it was 11, right?
It's 11 curtains.
Make a note of that, people. This is important. Okay. This is from the creator of the universe.
You're sounding like fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Not 4, not 5, But you shall count to 3, not 2, but 3.
Because it's just so specific, and you can't
Second.
edit it. And
You
so
can't.
it's like
It's from the creator of the
Anyone
universe. So you can't question it. You can't edit it. It is what it
Okay, but
is.
did anyone else first read that word as tabernacle? Everyone says tabernacle. Like, does no one else say tabernacle?
No, I think I heard it in Sunday school enough to know that it's tabernacle. I think they mentioned it once in a while.
Yeah.
But
I actually went to Holy Land, the fucking Christian theme park by Disney World. They keep it a
I
secret.
did not know they had such a thing. And I'm in
Oh,
Florida.
yeah.
Wow.
It's in Religulous, actually, the film by Bill Maher, where they reenact the crucifixion, and you can see an airplane going in the background.
Is it worse than Dinosaur Adventureland?
I remember that.
It was too much for me, and I was 18-year-old sheltered child. I'm like, I can't watch this. Anyway.
Praise God. Anyway, yeah.
Praise the. I would.
Yeah.
You can't say Jeebus yet. That's part 2. Praise.
I always said part 2. I always said tabernacle until I went to that interactive experience.
No, Sam, it's the tabernacle. It's a little tent. Well, it's not a little tent. It's a big tent that God made because they didn't have a temple yet because they were in the desert.
The length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one size, in case you needed to know that. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And at this point, he was probably wrapped in curtains. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain, in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain, which coupleth the second.
If you need any more evidence that God is a female than this verse right here,
I will say God is quite the fashionista in much more chapters than I thought. Like, they all talk about, and I mean, like the classical theism definition has become so vague that I forgot or just didn't pay enough attention in Hebrew school, or they didn't show the right chapters to me that show how first person he is.
he is so worried about these curtains.
He's
these
only
curtains
doing
are the
2
end all be all.
These curtains, oh my God.
He's either in exposition mode,
what did I tell you?
where he's just like laying things here. He's like, this is going to go here, and you're going to go here, and you're going to be a generation here.
Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that.
Or he switches over and he's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to come down. And it's like, boom. Hey, I'm God. How you guys doing? You following my commandments? Not praying to any other gods? I'd kill you.
All right, bye-bye.
He's playing Sims. He's just playing Sims.
It seems a little Simish. It seems more Simish than I thought it would be. I'm constantly surprised. Because I hear the Quran is also very specific. I haven't read the Quran.
Go figure. I could not imagine it would be. Yeah, go figure.
Because I want logistics, gosh darn it. And okay, the length of one curtain was 30 cubits. I think I read. And he coupled 5. Okay. And he made 50 loops upon the outermost edge of the curtain in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain, which coupleth the second. And he made 50 tach of brass to couple the tent together, that it may be one. And he made a covering for, they're going to say, his tent of rams. I guess that's what they called it back then.
Ram skins.
Ram skins.
Dyed red.
Don't
not
miss
blue,
these colors.
Not purple, not yellow, not pink, red. Only red. Has to be dyed red. If it's blue or green, you're dying. You're dead.
You're non-biblical. And a covering of badger skins above that.
Yeah. Oh, you go and collect the badger skins, Amy. I'm gonna sit back here. You go and get the badger skins. Yeah, you go.
The honey badger will pick you up.
I have to do everything, but okay. I got my new cooking with Yahweh.
You go get the badger skins. I'm not messing.
Time to get those badger skins, baby. Cooking with Yahweh is on. Oh, they're so adorable. Okay. So we got badger skins. It's
20, yep.
getting a little bit more RPG-ish. So that also
Oh,
works.
oh, thank God
Oh
for this
boy.
verse right here. Yeah,
I
you got
know.
it. Do it,
It's
Amy.
our
Do it to
favorite.
me.
It's our favorite word.
Do
Well,
it.
not our favorite word, the Bible's favorite word, apparently.
Do it.
And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood.
Praise God.
Standing up.
Praise God. What a great God. What an amazing God that wrote this.
Oh my gosh! I never.
A tabernacle of shittim wood. Amazing.
Just
Amazing.
shit quality
Thank you,
wood. Shit quality.
It's the best wood in the world. It's so rare.
It's
It doesn't even
plasterboard.
exist.
It's plasterboard. It's the stuff they make wall units and TV centers out of, and speaker boxes.
Like Chinese
Lots of
drywall.
shittim wood.
Chinese
It's
drywall.
No, the shredded up wood that's held together by glue. What the fuck do they call that?
Particle board, yeah. Particle board.
That's
yeah.
it.
Particle board, yeah. Yeah. Your
Yeah, I don't
Walmart
really know
dresser
what
is made of
that
it. That's why it falls apart when you try to move it.
I don't really know what
It's like
shittim wood is.
sawdust.
Like, is there a
Yeah.
real shittim wood out there? Like, is this real? And we're just teasing about it, or
I don't know. Show me that after you show me gopher wood. Remember the ark? Gopher wood.
Ooh, that once again.
I guess it's mixed with maybe gophers of all things. I don't know.
Oh my, that's what gives it its durability.
Yeah, gophers. Go figure.
All right, we have to get back into once again the
Yes.
wisdom that is the length of a board was 10 cubits and the breadth of a board 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 tenons equally distant one from another. Thus he did make for all the boards of the tabernacle.
It's like
They're
God making
basically
a fence there.
setting
Like
up a little,
they're equal distance apart, like one of those neighbor fences.
I don't know still why God can't do boop, but that's silly. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, southward, and 40 sockets of silver. Oh, baby, where's my money? He made under the 20 boards 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons.
Oh, okay.
Okie dokie. I don't quite have silver. It's almost as good.
Bust out them shekels, Newman.
Oh yeah, baby.
Wow.
Bust them out. Go ahead.
Bust them out, Newman.
You know where I could spend this shit? Nowhere. But it feels good, baby. Feels good. Smells real. There we go.
You could spend them on Darth's channel. Maybe he'll take them.
Is that Monopoly money? Was that Monopoly money?
I guess that's what they call it nowadays. Is that what they call it? No, it's Monopoly money. Yes.
It could be the next cryptocurrency. Who knows?
Woohoo! I know. Hey, baby. One
Bitcoin?
day. And 40 sockets of silver. He made under the 20 boards, bringing back that money. 2 sockets under one. Oh, I read that. Okay. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards. They're really going over the whole house. And there are 4 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. On the north side, he also made 20 boards with 40 silver sockets, 2 on each board. Oh, good. And
it's almost as if they want people to rebuild a replica of this tabernacle everywhere.
I'm sure people do.
It's almost as if they want people to think that this was ever built in the first place. Like, oh look, it gives so much detail. They had to build it. It couldn't be just on paper. No, it was never built.
Yeah.
Not in the day. Yeah, no, never happened. Sorry.
The other thing is, I don't understand why they're building it for a god. Like, I guess humans throughout history have built structures for gods, but it just always seems weird. It's just, why does God need a spaceship? Why does God need a tabernacle?
Well, it's like when people say that the UFOs, remember from Bob Larson, the UFOs are the demons, but what? Wait, why would demons need a ship to fly around in? Aren't they spiritual beings? Why would they fly around in a ship? Doesn't make much sense if they're demons, but yeah, almost like maybe they're aliens from maybe another planet, another time, but or maybe they're not even there at all. Who knows? Anyway.
2 boards, so we're building the entire thing, which is amazing. And 2 boards he made for the corners of the tabernacle on 2 sides, and they coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to 1 ring.
Oh, 2 heads together in a ring? Oh, wow.
To one ring to rule them all. The story might get better. I like it. Thus he did to both of them.
I just thought of like 2 cocks.
Thank you, Sam.
It's like sharing a Prince Albert piercing. Like, what the fuck?
Prince Andrew? Yeah. He's on, he'll be on Smokey's channel next time. Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
I could not watch more than like a few minutes of that debate. Yeah. I swear to God, it was like Billy Crystal.
You were watching the modern day debate. I think we were watching Atheist Jr. versus Ken Hovind.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Now, we're going to be really going over it too far. Yeah, we're not going to go too far into that because we got that coming up tomorrow, guys. The big party, the big celebration for that debate is tomorrow night.
And okay. And yeah. And we've confirmed with Atheist Jr. and with James, tomorrow we're having an after show at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on down and join us for some fun as we watch Ken Hovind versus Atheist Jr.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun stream. You won't want to miss that. Yeah.
All right, so they're coupling boards together, and there were 8 boards, and their sockets were 16 sockets of silver. Under every board, 2 sockets. This is expensive. A tabernacle. I think a tabernacle is actually like a portable house, and
fucking temple.
It's like a portable church, yeah, or temple, yeah.
And I gotta tell you, this is a pretty bling bling temple, let me tell you. They're not sparing expenses. Well, except for the next sentence. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle.
I mean, for all we know, shittim wood could be like the most expensive wood in the world. It could be, yeah.
I know. I want to find out what shittim wood is. 5 boards. And he made 5 boards for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 boards of the boards of the tabernacle for the sides westward. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the boards from one end to the other.
Oh,
and
that makes sense. That makes sense.
We're all putting it together, or at least this dude is.
So, wow. You know, when it just hits you, like, it all makes sense now.
What the fuck?
All makes sense. The middle bar to shoot through. And he overlaid the boards with gold, because apparently God needs gold, and made the rings of gold, and he to be places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet witch and fine twin linen with chevrons made it of cunning work.
Oh, okay.
Okie dokie. And he made there 4 pillars for shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and he cast them 4 sockets of silver. And he made an hanging tabernacle door of blue and scarlet and fine twined linen of needlework, and the 5 pillars of it with their hooks, and he overlaid their chapters and their fillets with gold, but their 5 sockets were of brass.
They went cheap on those. Yeah,
Look, you can't get gold for everything.
can't have everything gold. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And okay, with that, we just got done reading the book of Exodus, chapter 36.
Something.
So what do you guys think? The excitement. Oh, heart pounding.
I mean, at least nobody died in that chapter. I don't think they killed anybody. So I mean, that's a plus. That's good, right?
Exactly. He didn't kill anyone. We're like I said, we're just back in exposition mode.
There
He's
you
just
go.
putting things here.
Uh,
Separating
building
everything.
things that never existed, but hey, at least nobody dies, right?
And I'm just going to shout out to the comment section. Actually, everyone should. I would love to be on normalizing atheism, and everyone should go check out his channel. Go check
Is
out
that new channel, Normalizing Atheism?
I think is it pasta? I think it's
The
pasta.
Pasta Mike's channel? Okay.
Kind of like similar to Tart, but well, not similar. It's an even new awesome thing to go along with our atheist community. And if you feel like having a comment read on screen, feel free to tag me at Amy Newman. And oh my goddess, yeah, I can understand. Well, see, I think I'll tell you why a channel like the Skeptics like me like them, because everyone gets angry whether you're an atheist or a theist, and then they come on here to vent, and then hopefully we get a lot of science talked about and bring the atheists and theists together. And oh, flat earthers, they're funny.
Bless their hearts, Darth.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Grumpus. Yeah. Pasta Mike.
Yeah, so go check out Pasta, who has beautiful hair. Not to objectify him, just have to hold that out. And so with that, we are moving on.
Before we get this, so remember your conversation with Darth. I remember his acolytes were coming up with the misgendering and everything like that. But then I remembered, oh, hey, Darth started calling you Newman. And I'm thinking, well, hey, some people just refer to other people as their last name. That's like kind of a thing. But then I thought to myself, okay, I see what's going on here. Darth's not going to call her Amy because he doesn't recognize that as her real name. So he's just going to default to Newman because he doesn't want to call her Amy, which is a feminine name, because he doesn't think that she's a legitimate woman,
fine.
which makes him. I didn't recognize that right away. I saw that afterwards. Yeah.
Oh really? Oh no, I caught that right away because the acolytes.
They were like he, but Darth wasn't like that.
Yes.
He just called you Newman. Yeah,
because
I caught right away. Yeah,
yeah.
He's trying not to be overt about it, but yeah, still an asshole. But
same shtick. Yep.
oh. Absolutely, America. Absolutely.
And okay, Bedazzle
37
makes more stuff for God.
Makes more stuff for God. I love this.
More stuff.
I mean, at least it's not dead humans or animals for God.
Yeah. Well, once again,
Nobody's
we're not drowning everyone.
Yeah.
We're not burning anybody on the altar.
That was
not in this chapter. No.
I couldn't go
Jared.
like the. Yeah, you get. And okay, so Book of Exodus, chapter 37. Bedazzle makes more stuff for God. Let's see what's on the menu. We're starting off. It's got to make us laugh, right? You got to laugh. If you don't, you'd cry. So you got to laugh.
Yeah.
Send those emojis. Commander level.
The devil hate or the sword bearer level.
Sword bearer level, but it's also it's just as exciting as the last chapter and filled
He
with
had
just as
a
much
video that
wisdom.
just came out the other day that we're going to have to hit up. It was exercising a former Satanist, I think. Yeah, that
Oh,
will
we
be
have to
yeah.
do. I want to do just an entire video on like, I hate to call it just manners, but manners, and just
Him being
with
a
one of
dick,
him,
being an
yeah, him
asshole.
being a dick,
Yeah, he
yeah,
is.
to a Satanist. And okay, and Bedazzle made the ark of shittim wood.
Of course.
2 cubits and a half was the length, and a cubit and a half of breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it.
All we got is oak and cedar. Listen, we don't have shittim wood. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? You want me to call my boss? What am I going to do? We don't have any shittim trees. I'm sorry. Oak
How
or
am I
cedar?
supposed to build my tabernacle without shittim wood?
Maybe ask God for some. I don't know. I don't have any.
All right, 2 cubits and a half the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it, very specifically. And he overlaid it with pure gold, within and without, and made a crown of gold. This is getting really Game of Thronesy. To it roundabout. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold. Whoops, nope. Okay, wrong thing. Okay, it's the Lord of the Rings. To be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon one
2.
side of it, and 2 rings upon the other.
See, it's not long enough that if you just put 4 on one side, so you can only put 2 on one because it just can't hold all 4 of them at once. There you go.
Yeah, it's just so random.
Yeah, it's like it's short. You can't fit 4 on it. Trust me, it wouldn't take all 4.
It wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
And he made staves of shittim wood. They love it. Once again, this isn't even one of the words we're replacing. The Bible does this to itself.
Yeah. Either we're trolling God or God's trolling us. One of the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, one or the other.
It's a dog eat dog world.
It's a God eat people world.
And he made staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. And he put staves into rings by the sides of the ark to bear the ark. And he made
another one.
And he made the mercy seat, hot, of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof.
You know, Sam, when you eat more than you should, or you eat something you shouldn't eat, you have to take a trip to the mercy seat. It's gonna happen. Just get over it. It's reality. It's life. You go to the mercy seat.
It doesn't offer you mercy. It's where you cry for mercy.
Yeah. That's what it means. You go there. Pray. We all do it. We all do it. Yeah. You pray to God.
And I've had to pray to God to just like let me push this out without dying.
Yes. Yeah. Praise God. What a great God we have. What a great God.
1 cherub. Did I read that? Wait. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten out of 1 piece made he them on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. 1 cherub. You don't believe me? Right there, baby.
So it's like somebody's watching you while you're on the mercy seat. It's like you have like these angels just looking at you.
God is watching.
Privacy, please. Yeah. Privacy, yeah. Like God's always in the room with you, but I mean, don't need angels in there while I'm on the mercy seat.
Exactly. Don't need all that on the mercy seat.
I mean, they probably wouldn't appreciate it. They'd probably rather not be in there too.
Okay, what? You know, you should make a miniature tabernacle around your toilet and call it the mercy seat. Fucking golden cherubims on the top of the tank.
Yeah, along with your curious girdle.
There you go. See, you can have a set.
You burn incense and shit on there, stuff on there, like.
But it's for God. It's for God's glory.
But for God.
Yeah.
But for God.
It's His glory. Don't It's all glory to God.
One cherub on the end of this side and another cherub on the end of that side. Out of the mercy seat made he the cherubims on the two ends thereof. And the cherubims spread out their wings on high. Oh my. And covered with their wings over the mercy seat.
No,
Okay,
that way the
let's
smell
call 'em-
doesn't go
let's
all
call 'em
over. It's
cherry
like a
bombs.
toilet lid. Toilet lid.
From now on, just call them cherry bombs.
But wait, we might have to pay John Mellencamp royalties for that. So I don't know about
Okay,
that.
it doesn't have to be him. It could be like the actual cherry bomb firecracker.
I don't know. You know, the algorithm picks anything up. I don't know.
Or the cherry bomb drink.
Mercy seat with their faces one to another. What? Even to the mercy seat word were their faces of their. I'm going to go with Charon bums. How about that? Faces
The
of their
mercy
Charon
word.
bums. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2
Of
cubits.
course. What other wood would you
What
make it
else
out
did
of?
you use? Was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half height thereof. You writing this shit down? You better be writing this shit down. Sorry, God.
I'm getting it
writing
on
I'm
tape.
writing it.
I got it all down, so don't worry about it. Yeah.
And he overlaid it with pure gold. They keep on making things of shittim wood and overriding it with gold wood or gold.
And then the Puritans wanted like their church is just plain wood, no gold, nothing ornate, everything plain. And they decried the Catholics. Oh my gosh, look at those Catholics. They have their churches with gold and silver and all these fancy stuff. But our God just wants everything plain and simple and no.
Yeah, it's kind of like a reinterpretation. I guess Jesus, meek and mild, stops liking
Right.
gold, but this guy, let me tell you,
He
very
just had a
specific.
crown of thorns, but this God wanted a crown of gold, and it better be a lot of gold. Lots of jewels, lots of gold.
Crown of gold, more roundabouts. It's amazing. They had roundabouts even back then. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and he made that almost look like, I don't know why my head interpreted that to Naruto. It really doesn't look like Naruto at all. And he overlaid it with pure gold and made thereunto a crown of gold round.
Thereunto.
What she just said, a crown of gold roundabout. Also, he made their Naruto border of a handbreadth roundabout and made a crown of gold for the border thereof. More construction, more roundabouts.
Listen,
And
Newman, listen. Fucus. Come on, Newman. Get it together
that
now.
Spell?
Yeah, what does Fucus spell?
Fuck us.
I don't know. You'll have to ask Darth Dawkins about that. Only he knows. Yeah.
And we're casting. This is like 4 times the Lord of the Rings. We're casting 4 rings of gold into Sauron's deeply fire volcano thing, and he cast for it 4 rings of gold and put the rings upon the 4 corners. See, same shtick that were in the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border were the rings. I don't know why that's a funny sentence. The places for the staves to bear the table. He put 4 gold rings in the corner to hold the staves. Once again, the wisdom is just seeping.
I thought it was 5 gold rings. What is it? The Days of Christmas.
Oh yeah, did it change?
5 gold rings.
5 golden rings.
Yeah. Or calling atheists. 3,
and he made the staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made vessels which were upon the tables, his dishes and his spoons. Oh, come on. Like, how Sims can we get? And his bowls and his covers to cover withal of pure gold. He made shittim wood staves overlaid with gold. He made vessels, dishes, spoons, bowls, and gold covers.
Listen, Newman, this is going to be all his accessories, all his dishes, all his silverware. Everything has to be to God's specification.
Like God was on pimp my cribs or like God was on cribs. Yo, welcome to my crib.
He is. He's decorating. I mean, he's the creator of the universe, but right now we are
The
decorating.
basement is hell, where I throw anybody I don't like or anybody who doesn't want to worship me. They go down to the basement forever for my glory.
And he made the candlestick of pure gold, not shitterwood. I guess you can't make really a candlestick out of wood. Well, yeah, I don't know. Of beaten
I don't know. You
work
can't do a
made.
lot of things this book says, but hey, I mean,
Yeah, who
it's
knows?
never stopped them before.
How the fuck is a golden candlestick gonna light?
I don't know actually. Candlestick. His shaft. Just gonna leave that there for a second. And his and his branch, his boughs.
Where's Donald when we need him? His shaft, his branch, and his bowels. Oh my god.
Ooh. His knobs and his flowers were of the same.
Oh
Whew.
boy.
And 6 branches going out the sides thereof. 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side thereof. The candlestick had 6 branches, 3 to one side, 3 to the other. 3 bowls, not 2 bowls, not 4 bowls. 3 bowls.
I only want 1 bowl. I can't do 3. I'm screwed. 3? It's got to be 3.
Oh my god. It's funny how God kind of sent me to convince you otherwise.
Free will? It's still my free will though?
Something,
but you're gonna kill
free
me.
will.
But you're gonna kill me if I don't say, "Oh, okay then. All right. 3 bowls, 3 bowls, 3 bowls. Okay, it's okay,
That's
God.
right.
It's okay. It's okay. I love you. Yeah, best God ever. Praise you.
Okay. I
We love
forgive
you.
you. You can go back to doing what I told you to do. All right. 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds. That's kind of cute and really specific. In one branch, a knob and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds in another branch, a knob and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knobs, and his flowers. And a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2. Yo, they make me say the same. Sometimes I read the same sentence. Look at this. Okay, I'm just going to read 21 again. It just repeats itself. And a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same. Look at that. What is this? What is going on in this passage? Why does it say it 3 times?
That is illegal in at least like 36 states. I'm sorry. And that's not even attempted. He would not get it. He would just get charged with doing the thing. Yeah. Not even attempted. You don't got to finish, God.
Thank you, Grumpy. I think I did. I saw you in there.
Was he in the server with you when you were getting with Darth?
He was.
He was. All right.
I'm trying to think. There was a few other people, but the problem is that it's so hard to.
And then he beat up on poor Nick. Oh, not poor Nick. Nick held his own, but yeah, Darth is still
That's so funny, Grumpy.
Yeah.
And okay, we're moving along.
You remember, but he kept asking Nick, like, are you related to Amy Newman? Are you close relation with her?
I think someone made a joke, and then he took that literally.
Yeah. Are you related to Amy Newman?
Their knobs and branches were the same, and all of it was one beaten work of pure gold. And he made his 7 lamps and his snuffers. What the hell?
Snuff dishes.
And
It's the
his
stuffed
snuff
dishes. Come on,
dishes
Amy. Yeah,
of
snuff dishes.
pure gold.
A
Yeah,
snuff-
you don't have a snuff dish?
is the
No, I
chewing
don't think
tobacco.
so.
Snuff is
Oh.
chewing tobacco.
Well, snuff is sniffing tobacco. You wouldn't want to chew on it, but
Interesting.
No, I promise you, snuff is also called chewing.
people call it that. But yeah, it's not.
Yeah, they call it snuff.
Snuff, yeah, would be tobacco that you inhale, but
No,
you wouldn't want to
I've
put it in your mouth. Well, you might want to put it in your mouth, but yeah.
Okay, so we're making snuffers. It just sounds like you're snuffing someone. Of
Where's
a talent,
Snuffleupagus? Snuffleupagus, where is he? Wait, where is he when you need him? Where's that Snuffleupagus?
probably died from the Noah story.
Oh, in the flood. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so their knobs and branches were the same, all of it beaten work of pure gold, and he made his 7 lamps, his snuffers. Okay, of a talent of pure gold made he it, and all the vessels thereof.
Made he it? Like, what the fuck? He made it. He made the fucking thing. Like, no, they want to sound more fancy than they really are.
And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it
there
was
you
a
go.
cubit, and the breadth of it a cubit. It was 4 square, and 2 cubits was the height of
Score?
it. 7
Yo,
years ago.
remember that app Foursquare? What happened to that?
It went the way of the shittim wood.
It went the way of Vine and Tumblr.
Snuffleupagus.
There you go. He's back. He's back. For God's glory, though. Thank you, Will.
And he overlaid it with pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round a bit, and
But not
the
the
horns
bottom.
of it. Not the bottom.
The bottom just, yeah. You don't got to put gold down there. Nobody's looking.
Also, he made unto it a crown of gold roundabout. And he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof, by the 2 corners of it, upon the 2 sides thereof, to be places for the staves to bear it withal. And he made staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold, as he seems to be doing a lot.
Okay, that makes sense. There you go. Okay, it's
And
all
he
coming
made-
together.
It's all, the last chapter, it was losing me, but you're right. I think it's starting to make sense.
With this one, yeah, it's all making sense now. Yeah.
And he made staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. And he made the holy anointing oil and pure incense of sweet spices according to the work of apothecary.
Yeah, that shop at the mall.
Mm-hmm. And hi, Doorknob. We are indeed live.
Yes, Doorknob. This is live. Woohoo.
And if you would like to see your question or comment read on screen, whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I will see it. Just tag me at Amy Newman, and we'll read it on screen or talk about it or eat tacos.
You get a line, I'll get a poll.
Ooh, baby.
Taco Bell today.
Yeah, if you do that, if you make that choice, you're gonna have to go on the mercy seat. There's nothing I can do about it. It's going to happen. So there you go. And the cherubims will be watching you the whole time and commenting about yeah.
No. Finish.
It's just how it is. Yeah, they're gonna be watching you.
And okay, with that, we have just finished the book of Exodus, chapter 37.
Do it.
Whew, the wisdom came pouring through again.
What, like you always say, when you're in a dark place, when the world seems to be coming against you, you can retreat. You can go to your quiet place and just read this, and you can get consoled and comforted, and everything will be okay.
Exactly.
You know?
When you're in a dark place, I feel like you can go to a section and say, look, it may be a difficult time that I'm in right now, but if you think back on it, and Bezel made the ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And I go, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay.
You know, like when these atheists like Oz or Randolph, and they're just coming at you with all this science and logic and reason, and they're trying to, you know, you could just retreat to the Bible and just read this, and then you could close your eyes, plug your ears, and just say Jesus, 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 Jesus all over again until all those mean things about science and logic, all that'll just fade away, and then you can continue with the praising and the loving and the worshiping, and you'll be all right. That's what I do. You know, that's my happy place. Yeah. Like the flying spaghetti monster, except God of the Bible. He's actually real. He's real.
And he seems to care a lot about tabernacles.
Yeah, about what we do with our genitalia. I mean, that's kind of top on his list of things to be worried about. Yeah.
Top on the noggin. And we are moving to our 3rd chapter.
Is this the final chapter?
This will be our final chapter of the night, and then we'll open it up for another hour of open mic. But this will complete our we have been Skeptic Bible studying on Bezaleel and Aholiab, Build White Castle. The classic DVD story.
Those little hamburgers, or
they were.
Like, I guess to lamb some White Castle right now. Oh my god.
We don't have them down here, unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh, that's right, Florida. For
not in Florida.
like an almost second, I thought you were in New Jersey for some reason. Like, there's White Castle.
Like, aren't you over in Hoboken?
No.
Maybe.
The closest.
I've spent about 2 hours of my whole life in New Jersey, and it was all on the highway.
Yeah, the closest White Castles are in Jersey.
The Jersey Turnpike. I can tell you a lot of stories about that. Totally fun.
Baby.
Don't stop for gas and then get out and try to pump your gas and almost get tackled by the gas station employee. Come to find out, hey, you can't pump your own gas in Jersey. I didn't know.
Yes, it's some people might not like it. I actually love that Jersey pumps your own gas. I'm like, no, do it. Go. All you.
I just thought, because I got out of my truck at the time, I'm going to the pump, and the guy's like, no, stop. What are you doing? He's like, no, I got it. I'm like, it's full service? I'm like looking down the street, like, did we find the only full service gas station in the country? He's like, no, same price. Okay, same price. All right. But
you're like, okie dokie. Yeah, by law. All gas stations in New Jersey.
Back to work where my boss was, and he was from Jersey, and he's like, oh crap, I forgot you were driving through Jersey. I should have told you about that. Told me what? He's like, you can't pump your own gas there. This is like 2001 before Wikipedia, so yeah.
That's what you get in exchange for dealing with all the jug handles.
And the rats in the restroom that I had to see. They had a nice family of rats. There was like a hole in the wall, and woohoo! God bless Jersey.
Oh man, and okay. I went from Atlantic City to thinking of Saw to not the movie, Sal.
To rats in the bathroom.
Well, I actually think rats are adorable. I know a lot of people are very split. They split on them, but I think I would totally pet a rat's head.
No, I used to manage a pet store a few years back, and we had a rat rescue come in, and sometimes like once a month we would do events and whatever, and they would come in and bring they were great pets. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I mean, yeah.
No, exactly. Just like lizards. Some people love them, some people.
But yeah,
I
they
love
were
it.
great pets if that's what you're into. Yeah.
And okay, we're gonna read this, and then all that's left is 2 more chapters to finish out the book of Exodus.
So we're like 92% done. Wow.
Yes, and chapter 39, chapter 40 are longer, and
Oh,
so
boy.
there'll be a good 2 chapters. But we are going through the book of Exodus,
We've got
chapter 38.
we got some humor. Get your rabbit back out.
Get my and so
Your
we
beaker,
have. So first of all, we need to send those emojis.
The
We're
devil
having
hates
a
him.
good
He
time.
hates him. It pisses him off like nothing else.
Yes, that's how you cast demons out.
At only at or above the girl dick level. That's
Whew, that's the right level right there. But speaking actually much different than that. I'm sure this will be just as exciting as a chapter as the other one. But we have a newcomer to it. We have a newcomer.
Yeah, God took some Ambien. He's not well, but yeah.
But it's okay because we're about to get some biblical science up in this house.
Oh,
right
here. Where's Ken Hovind?
That's don't want to teach a religion.
He's right here to tell us how actually whatever the Bible says is always true.
You know, I just gotta get big cups of water. I'm almost making fun of myself when I say water because his water isn't too much different from my water.
Water.
Water. And okay. And I see a whole bunch of also comments.
Amazing people in chat, as always.
Amazing. Yes, sending all the love to people in chat. I'll find it in a second. Hey, I'm sending all my love to Tartan Tang. I would be on any of their shows, and I'm just good being I'm gonna keep on shilling.
They're great, though. Yeah.
Because
and being a NASA shield too. On top of that,
it is so funny how the A word, atheism, can be such a polarizing word, especially in America. And so I'm on board with Oz, with Randolph, with Pasta.
Normalizing atheism.
I think that is the right direction. Is just to say it's almost similar to the past movements that have come before us. We're on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, like you said. Okay. I think you said that yesterday in the debate that
breakfast.
Or that was somebody who said that. But yeah, Ken Ham for breakfast. Yeah, Ken Ham for breakfast. He's a great guy for breakfast.
Also, there's a place called Bang Cookies in Jersey. We gotta try. Hey, that sounds good too.
Well, I won't be there, but you could take the cookies, put them in a box, and mail them to me, and I'll tell you how they are.
And okay, my body is ready. Bedazzle makes even more stuff for God.
Oh wow!
And he made the altar of burnt offering of shittim wood.
It's all we have.
It's just miles and acres and acres of shittim
wood. That's all we got, God.
5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits was the breadth thereof. It was fourscore and 7 years ago, and 3 cubits the height thereof. Okay. And he made the horns thereof on the 4 corners of it. The horns thereof were of the same, and he overlaid it with brass.
You have horns, don't you, Amy?
Oh, I definitely do. How do you think I got this pair sport?
Yeah. They're in the God dimension, so you can't see them or interact with them in any way, but they are there. We believe that on faith.
Exactly.
We believe that on faith, people.
What a wonderful thing faith is. Okay, and he made horns thereof on the 4 corners of it. Horns thereof were the same, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the pots and the shovels and the basins and the flesh hooks.
I just saw flesh hooks.
I'm sorry.
Do you have flesh hooks? Is that part of your repertoire?
I can't say that I do. I feel like that escalated a little quickly, even for me.
Someone was mentioning Saw earlier.
Well, and here we are.
Listen, God's he's going to be arrested for attempted sodomy.
do. Attempted sodomy. Do. And the fire pans, all the vessels. Look, he didn't technically say it was bad. He may have nuked like a city or two. But what's a city or two between friends if you think about it?
Listen, these reprobates, these terrible people in there, they didn't want to rape these two girls that Lot had given to them. Said, look, they're virgins. You can rape them. You can do whatever you want with them. They're my daughters. Take them, rape them, do it. And they're like, no, we just kind of had our eye on those two guys in there if they want to come out and party with us. And God's like, what the fuck? No.
No.
You don't want to rape girls? No. What the hell?
But the Bible. Okay. Yeah. More biblical family values, right? And he made all the vessels of the altar. Oh wait, we read. I got so excited from flesh hooks, and the fire pans. The vessels, therefore, made the brass.
The fire pans.
Out of the fire into the frying pan.
The fire pan, Sam. Yeah. You don't have fire pans?
I have fire pans.
Oh fuck, we're fucked now.
We need some FR, some fire resistance. And he made
fire
for the altar. That's right. A brazen grate of network under the compass thereof, wrath unto the midst of it. And he cast. We go back to Lord of the Rings. It always
exposition.
4 rings for the 4 ends of the grate of brass to be places for the staves. That almost rhymed it. And he made the staves. What do you think he made the staves of? Anyone want to take a guess?
Cedar, oak, cherry, walnut.
He's a god.
Shittim wood. That's the only wood a god would use. There you go. Shitwood.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I thought this was like Allah or one of the Muslim god, or like one of the Nordic gods. But this is the god of the Bible, so it's got to be shittim wood.
It's got to be shittim wood, the best shittim wood money can buy. And he put staves into the rings on the sides of the altar to bear it withal. He made the altar hollow with boards. So he made a brass grate with 4 rings for the staves. He made the staves from shittim wood and overlaid them with brass to carry the altar. He put staves in the rings and the sides of the altar. Man, so we're just making places to tell God how awesome he is. This is what this is.
The whole thing is made of staves and roundabouts out of shittim wood covered with gold, topped with cherubims.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this. Yeah, but the whole point of life, even existing, is to tell God how great he is. Because he made you inferior to him. He did that intentionally. Yeah, give him shittim wood. He loves it. I mean, he could make all of it that he wanted, but he wants you to go and give it to him. Give it to him, Sam. Do it. Do it to him. Sell him some quality shittim wood at a reasonable price.
If the streets of heaven are paved with gold, does he have you pave them with gold?
Well,
I guess so.
It's shittim wood, but gold is on top of that. But under that is shittim wood. Yeah.
I hate to compare this to a certain person. So if you know who that person that I'd be comparing it to, but just like it's like a hollow shittim wood inside, but then they paint gold over it and pretend that it's really fancy. I know people like that. Okay, moving forward. And he made the lever of brass and the foot of it brass and the looking glass. Oh, we're going Alice in Wonderland of the women assembling, which assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
The looking glass of the women assembling. I don't know what to make of that, but all right. Okay.
He made a brass lever and a looking glass for the women. What? Wait. Wait, what?
Is that so the women have to stay outside and look through the glass to see what's going on? It's like a two-way mirror, so nobody can see the women, but they can see inside.
He made a looking glass for people to peep on the women.
Maybe.
Oh, well, let's find out. We're about to get some Malcolm in the Middle. And he made the court on the south side,
tennis
southward, the
court?
hangings of the, yes. The tennis
With
court.
Serena
The
Williams.
football court. He said, "Meet me on the football court."
It's a football field, but a tennis court.
So now I have to
I
now I have
know,
to
I
play
said.
basketball and tennis at the same time. This is okay. And he made the court on the south side, southward. The hangings of the court were of fine twined linen and 100 cubits. The pillars were 20, and their brazen sockets 20. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. And for the north side, of course, the hangings were 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their sockets of brass 20. The hooks of the pillars and the fillets of silver.
Oh, I've got some brass for you.
Oh, baby. He made a cord of linens hanging on the south side, 100 cubits long. There were 20 pillars and 20 brass sockets with silver hooks and fillets. The north side also had 100 cubit hangings with 20 pillars and brass sockets with silver hooks and fillets. Whew, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm excited. Oh, this is like Transformers. I feel like this could be like a whole visual effects.
Try drafting this in a CAD program. The computer will spit at you.
Yeah, it's like that Ben Stein action movie. Ben Stein goes to the library.
See, now I want someone to make like an entire biblical like TV series, but it's the entire Bible from cover to cover, because I feel like it would be way more interesting than some of the movies that we get.
It may not, maybe not interesting. It'd be more realistic.
Well, not interesting,
yeah.
but real.
Especially when they go through the children of Adam and Eve, and so begat this, and so begat, begat.
I mean, just
Exactly.
Be gone,
imagine,
bitch. Be gone.
Just
But
imagine a whole episode
that?
about the Dukes. All 40, God is just sitting there naming the Dukes, all 43 of them.
Duke.
And none of them are Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, who just died a couple weeks back. But yeah. England today only has like 25 dukes, but in the Bible they had like 40-some dukes. Go figure. Huh? Praise God.
Praise
a whole lot of dookies.
A
whole lot of dukes.
And okay, we're moving along. And for the east side, eastward 50 cubits. The east was 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate were 15 cubits. Their pillars 3, and their sockets 3.
Can you hang me? I mean, come on.
This isn't as exciting as all the.
You can't hang. Oh crap!
Right. I know. My heart is like.
Plague of locusts was where it's at. Like, these are pretty cool looking bugs, but they all eat our crops. Oh no.
Well, that's true. So at least no one's dying right now. So it's either more.
Yeah. God did say that the whole earth was covered in locusts. Whole earth, all of it. Even though, yeah, that's obviously not true. But okay. There was no layer of locusts in the sediment, like over the whole earth, like the iridium layer with the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. That didn't happen with the locusts, but yeah. 6,000 years, people. Come on. 6,000 years.
Freak, I'll check that out.
How old is the earth, Amy? It's 6,000, right?
I think it's only here since last Tuesday.
So it could be,
Thursday,
but
that was the main.
Last Thursday.
According to the Bible, 6,000 years, because you can add up
you and
all
I
those.
Should go for dinner at Ruby Tuesdays, and then TGI Fridays, and then any other restaurant named after a day of the week.
Then we should open up a restaurant called Wednesdays.
But wait, I thought Amy was banned from Fridays. Ooh.
Uh-oh, am I banned from Fridays?
I thought you were. Yeah.
I would for being too awesome. I filled myself up with the buffet, and then I got so large that they tried to push me out of the doors, but I couldn't fit, and so I was like, "Ha ha!"
But you don't remember? last episode when you said you like to get filled with the Holy Spirit at night before
Oh
bed,
my.
and you said only if it's a good night, and yeah, God kind of got upset about that. So yeah, he's up
What
there still
was
pissed
Amy
about it.
banned from Applebee's?
That would be funny. We probably should be, but no.
All
It is
Applebee's
because
or
we
just the
walk
one
in
that
there and we're just
Amaretto
like,
worked at?
we both worked the same one. That's how we met each other.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
asking Amaretto, like,
Eh,
how many Applebee's are you banned from?
any of them that have a salad bar, they got caught doing naughty things at the salad bar. So,
Oh my.
do you have a
And no,
cucumber, Amy, on hand?
do I? Not
Uh,
tonight, but I'll do some fresh vegetable shopping tomorrow, so I
you
can.
have it, but I can't see it. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Yes, that's
I
true.
understand. All right. Okay.
I gotta untake it out of the
All right.
grocery
Okay.
bag.
Okay. Woo,
I'm
woo.
sorry. I'm
Don't,
sorry.
don't, don't. Darth might be listening.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Firefox is about to have some funsies. Okay, give me 1 second. Do 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 do. A live show. Do 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 do.
Praise Ken Hovind.
It's okay, Firefox. I still like you. You're a good girl.
Oh God.
Oh, I saw shekels. I got excited. All right. And I see altar and pots. And now my head, oh, we read that. But now I just thought of Zelda for some reason.
Zelda.
Okie dokie.
I hated
And
that game back in the day.
Really hated Zelda? Oh, I love Zelda.
Could never figure out what to do. It's yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
They can be
Super
kind of painful.
Nintendo back in the day, like mid
Oh,
'90s.
yeah. That was my first system, though, Super Nintendo. So
I'm a little older. I had the original
are,
Nintendo with
Yeah,
See, that's
Super
my
my
first
Mario
system was Nintendi. The
and
Tendy, as I call it.
Super Mario and the Duck Hunt with the gun. You remember Duck Hunt?
Yeah,
No, you probably don't.
Tendy.
Praise God,
Good
though.
old Tendy.
remember Duck Hunt. I think of but that was my brother's generation, my
Yeah,
older
no,
brother's
yeah.
generation. So I
Couple
like
years
played
older.
his version of Duck Hunt. And he cast 4 rings for the 4 ends of the grate to brass to be places for stabs, and he made stabs of shittim wood, overlaid them with brass. Once again, so exciting. Where brazen sockets. Trying to find where we were. It all looks. And for the west side, we're hanging at 50 cubits. Their pillars 10, their sockets 10, the hooks of the pillars and the fillets of silver. And for the east side, eastward 50 cubits.
I could go over
The
some
hangings
fillers
one
right now.
side. Oh, it'll be good. Actually, I have a steak. I just need to go cook it. The hangings
Sure,
of
you
one
can
side
fish
of the gate were 15 cubits. Their pillars 3 and their sockets 3. Not 4, not 2.
But
Well, I mean, you should probably just burn that steak for God, just because he'll like the smell but not eat it. You know.
wood, well done. Make sure it's well done.
Yeah, like there was a president we just had that liked his steak well done with ketchup, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm more a medium with A1 sauce.
Medium
I
rare
like-
for me.
medium rare, some pink in the center, a little bit of blood coming out of it. Yum yum.
Oh, if it doesn't have blood, it doesn't have taste. Yeah.
And
A-
okay,
Amy got that
you're
one.
making me hungry. Oh, baby. All the hangings of the court were roundabout. They love roundabouts. Were of fine twine linen. And all the
Yeah.
sockets of the pillars were brass. The hooks of the pillars, there's fillets of silver, and the overlaying of their chapters of silver. And all the pillars of the court were filleted with silver. And the hanging of the gate of the court was needlework of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twine linen, and 20 cubits was the length. And the height of the breadth was 5 cubits, answerable to the hangings of the court. What? Sockets for the pillars were brass, and the hooks and fillets were silver. The hanging for the gate were blue, purple, scarlet, which 20 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. Okay. And their pillars were 4, and their sockets of brass 4, and their hooks of silver, and their overlaying of their, is that chapters? It has an I in it. They threw it in there.
No, like
Chapiters.
caterpillars almost.
And their fillets of silver, and all pins of the tabernacle and of the court roundabout were of brass. This
What
is
is
the
C
sum.
word? I want to read it.
What?
The C word you couldn't pronounce. And I ain't talking about pun.
That's okay.
Oh boy.
Chapiteri? Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, chapiters.
Chapiters. Okay. There you go. Chapiters.
Fucus. What does that spell?
This is the sum of the tabernacle, even of the tabernacle of testimony. The tabernacle of testimony. It's just
Like
such
the
an
breastplate of
MMO.
judgment,
Yeah.
the
As it
curious
was
spirit
counted.
all.
It's just so D&D. According to the commandment of Charlton Heston for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithmar, son of Aaron Ra, the priest. And
At least we got back to
Bedazzle.
Aaron Ra. At
Yes,
least we're
we
back.
found
We're
Aaron Ra.
grounded again. Yeah, we found him again.
And Bedazzle, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, the song, made all that the Lord Bob commanded Charlton Heston. And with him was Alavera, son of Ashmashk, of the tribe of
The best tribe.
Dan.
There can only be one Dan.
There can
Only
only
one.
be one
Default
Dan.
Dan.
The only tribe of Dan.
An
Are you from
engraver. Yes.
Okay.
And a cunning workman, and an embroiderer in blue and purple and in scarlet and in fine linen. All the gold that was occupied for the world and all the work of the holy place, even the gold of the offering, was 29 talents. That's kind of weird. And 730 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. It took 29 talents and 730 shekels of gold to build it.
Well, that's
Woo-hoo.
almost all you got, Amy.
I know, that's my whole life savings.
All your shekels belong to me.
But don't forget that extra shekel.
And the silver of them that were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents, and 1,700 and threesome and 15 shekels after the shekel of the
I thought
sanctuary.
you were purposely saying an 100, like an hero.
No, they had it. That's what it says.
Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the Bible.
And they really an hero us. God damn it.
Like, they
Sam.
repeated the same line 3 times in a row. It makes it sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's just the Bible.
You might think this is just the babbling works of ancient man, but this is from the God, the creator of the universe, the one who designed all the shit. The Bibbler
is dribble. The Bible is dribble.
This is the Bibbler. He wrote the Bible.
The Bibbler. This time it's personal. Okay. The silver outnumbered the congregations. I'm gonna go with Becky. A Becky for every man. That is a half shekel.
I'll take
after the shekel of the sanctuary. For everyone that went to be numbered for 20 years old and upward for 600,000 and 3,000.
20 years old and up. Cancel that for Joshua there. Yeah.
For 600,000 and 3,500 for 50 men. Every one of the 603,550 men gave half a shekel to help build the tabernacle. How do you give half a shekel?
You find your buddy like science class and be like,
I mean, they used to have a coin that was half a penny.
They did have
for the cause.
But half a shekel?
They used to have half a penny coin, but
the penny. Yeah, no. You don't. No. Rather than cut the shekel in half, because that's like vandalizing money. You find a partner to be like, yo, we're gonna pay each together. We're gonna pay 1 shekel, and the next shekel's on me. You gotta cover the
Next
first
shekels
one.
on me.
Yeah. Ironically, they stopped making the half cent when at the time they stopped making it, it was like worth like 12 cents today. So do we really even need the penny anymore? No. Do we need even the nickel or the dime? Probably not. But hey, the copper industry is making a boatload of money off a penny because we pay them more than what a penny is worth for every penny we make. So hey, they're making lots of money. Praise the copper industry.
Mm.
And of 100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets of the veil, and 100 sockets of the 100 talents, a talent for a socket of the silver. 100 talents were used to make the 100 sockets, and of the 1,775 shekels specifically, apparently, he made the hooks for the pillars and overlaid their chapatiers and
This is like a
filleted them.
receipt.
I know. And hook for the pillars were made from 1775 shekels of silver. And okay, we are about to, there's only 3 passages left.
Open up the floodgates.
Which means I'm
There we
going
go.
to send that into chat. If
Are you
anyone
ready,
would like
Sam?
to join our live stream, Skeptic Bible Study, to review our chapters, they can join on in. And we'll finish up these last 3 passages.
I don't know if Sam's ready for it, but
I mean,
Is your body ready, Sam?
no, I'm falling asleep.
do you need some shittim wood?
I
Need some
need
shit.
some fiber
Fiber?
I take the shittim wood.
That the mercy seat. Yeah. You should eat some fiber to help you on the mercy seat. It does help. It does help.
Who's your God?
Askar and Ra.
And okay, the link is in chat, and now it should be
Woohoo.
pinned. And let's finish out these last 3 sections.
Let's do it.
And the brass of the offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. And therewith, which is apparently one word, he made the sockets of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation and the brazen altar. I like how they call it a brazen altar. That makes it sound like
the brazen bull.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an altar, but I'm not like your normal kind of altar. I'm a brazen altar. It's like, oh, okay, that works.
You're not talking to the normal kind of Super Saiyan.
That's right. Ultra Saiyan. And the brazen grate for it, and all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court. Another roundabout. Don't get lost. Don't make Google fish out.
This is not
And
like
the
French
sockets.
street plans. This is the Bible here. Not like roundabouts every other block like France or the Netherlands. This is the Bible.
Bible. And the sockets of the court, another roundabout, and the sockets of the court gate, and all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins of the court round about. Whew. Such wisdom.
All right, let's do it. Let's go.
And okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just got done reading the book of Exodus, chapters 36, 37, and 38. Bezaleel and Aholiab build White Castle. And with that, with the mercy seat. It was hot. And with that, we are going to switch it into our open mic format. Do
it.
Woohoo! And so
get a line, I'll get a pole, matey. Get a line, I'll get a pole, friend.
There you go. That's
it. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to add Cass, we have been Skeptic Bible studying on Bezaleel and Aholiab,
Oh boy.
build White Castle. I hope you're doing well. And what are your thoughts?
But no burgers, unfortunately. Oh, there she
No,
is.
no burgers. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry. You get me at my trashiest tonight. I'm kind of like not feeling great. Sorry.
Me too, but I get you.
Yeah. You know, I never really knew that there was so much interior decorating in the Bible. Like, I can't even. But you know,
right?
yeah, but you know, like if we were talking about like, you know, this is like IKEA, well then in theory we can Marie Kondo this later, right? And just yeet it out because it doesn't bring us joy, right? I think that's a good idea.
Cafeteria Christian, take what you like, leave what you don't.
Honestly, that's kind of like my theory on how most things should be. I think obviously there's a lot of shit in the Bible that does not bring joy. I mean, I don't know. I only like slavery in a BDSM context, not in a, you know, abusive, dominating, you know,
So
ownership sense.
slavery, you're not down with that?
Ah, man, never.
Uh,
Like I said, only in a BDSM context.
Shittamwood, you like that? Shittamwood?
I like the acacia tree, but no.
Okay.
I think they're
Good.
prettier in their natural form, if you know what I mean. Just leave them grow, let them be. Also, I can't believe how many times Shit'em Wood has actually come up so far.
Hey, and it wasn't us, right? It was that
Over
was
and
the
over and
Bible.
over again.
Yeah, I'm just I
It's
don't
like
know.
God
but-
can't go like more than a minute without mentioning it. Like every other word, Shittamwood.
Like, come on. Like, that's and see, this is the thing. It's like they couldn't have known that part of that word would come to mean something else in a majority of cultures, but
God would know. God would know, right? He knows everything.
yeah, you know, I guess to me, it's can someone really know everything? I don't know. I don't think we know. So I don't.
They tell us he does, but
But we definitely don't know everything. I agree with that.
Yeah. No, I mean, we obviously don't know everything, and that's kind of like as part of like what informs my beliefs. You know, just kind of like I'm theist, but I'm not. I don't strictly prescribe to anything. The closest thing I would say I do prescribe to is Wicca and paganism.
theist light.
It's still theist, but I'm kind of chill about it. Like, I've been friends with Amy for so long. I think if I was like an asshole about it, I wouldn't be.
You wouldn't be on here if you were, right?
Hearts.
Heart. Yes. So
We love our theist brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
And them bees. Also, it was really sexist of you earlier, James. Come on, some of us feminine types do clearly give no fucks about what kind of curtains we have. We just want to have them.
Okay. But,
and that's only just so the neighbors can't see us walking around in skivvies. Okay? That's all.
Well, Gavin, to be honest, Gavin probably has that worry too. And he, I think, identifies as a man. But you're right. I mean, I guess God could be masculine, but still care about fashion and design and everything. I guess that's...
Maybe he's a Carson Kressley. You never know.
Midlife crisis.
According to the majority, I think, of Jews, well, I don't know how Jews feel about it, actually. I don't know about male God, but a majority of Christians...
it's like an older white man with a white beard. And it's like, yeah, some of that colonialism and racism come into play.
There's a book
Dude, people lose their fucking minds at Black Santa. They lose their goddamn minds at a Black Santa.
There's a book called The Shack, which is apparently about a God going to meet somebody in a shack in like the middle of nowhere. And in that movie, God manifests as like a black woman. And Ken Hovind recommended that book. He liked the book, And then people were jumping all over him about that. Like, what are you doing? God's not a woman. He's not black. And Ken Hovind's like, hey, does God have race? Does God have gender? I mean, how could you say?
I'm sorry. I view
Right.
if there is anybody that's going to be like a vision of God, like in that sense, like Morgan Freeman. Hi.
Yeah, in the movies,
Like,
yeah.
Yes. I mean, I view God as more like a Morgan Freeman type esque than just
See,
some
and I
average,
view Morgan
some average
Freeman.
mediocre white dude.
Joe Biden, for example, or Donald Trump.
I view Morgan Freeman more as God. See how that works?
So yeah,
I'm just
it's
teasing
funny
you.
when Ken Hovind is being like the reasonable one, saying, "Okay, you can't say God has race or gender. He could be a woman. He could be black if he wants to."
I can't even with Ken. Like, listen, I didn't even get all the way through watching the debate with Atheist Junior tonight, and I rolled my eyes so hard at what I was seeing in the side chat bar and stuff like that too that I needed to take a breather on that.
So we're not talking a lot about that tonight because we're going to cover that tomorrow.
Yes.
We don't want to spoil the party tomorrow.
It's okay, but I'm just saying it's like I can't even with Hovind right now. Let's leave him completely out of my sphere before I need to go take another dose of medication, if you catch my drift.
Another trip to the mercy seat.
And thank you so very much.
Yeah.
No. Now we're going back to open conversation. But if you would like to join us, the link is now in chat. And in fact, woohoo! Randolph.
Oh, Randolph. Okay.
We have been Skeptic Bible studying on Bezaleel and Aholiab build White Castle, that great DVD adventure we all remember. How are you? And what are your thoughts about anything we've been reading or talking about tonight?
DVD.
How you doing, Randolph? Good to see you.
DVD adventure, you say? I remember some VHS adventures, but
now if you go to Ken Hovin's website, sorry, Amarillo, if you go to Ken Hovin's website, he'll sell you VHS tapes. He will.
Well, the VHS.
Does he still charge $19.95 for them, like back in the day? $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Knowing him, probably more. Probably like $29.99. Yeah, there you go. Go onto the website right now and just.
You want to talk about elder abuse right there? That's some elder abuse.
And I did say VHS adventure, not VCR adventure. It was VHS tape all over the living room and around the house when I was a kid. And fortunately, it wasn't a videotape of anything that was like a really good movie or anything. So I didn't get in very much trouble. But it's still not a good thing. I just tuned in. So what is the topic? Bezaleel and what? Somebody's building a White Castle?
More interior decorating. More shit'em wood. Lots of shit'em wood, apparently.
It was basically 3 chapters of building, I guess, a portable altar for God. It's kind of what it seems like it travels well in a desert. Like you want something that's nomadic, and so that's what they did.
They built this altar to God, and they're not supposed to make graven images and worship and all this?
Only when God tells you to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, God's a narcissist.
Rules too. How convenient. Sorry?
She said it. We're slowly getting you on our side.
God, the rule breaker, tells you when.
Listen, no, it's not that I've been on your side. Like, I might be a theist, but listen.
No.
Listen.
You know what I mean? I know. I'm just teasing you. I know you're on. You're probably the most liberal one here.
Yeah, I'll take. Someone in the chat was saying something about an Antifa, compound or something earlier. It was like, yes, hi, and they're like, you died of dysentery, and I was like, no, I died of all this cute socialist hotties being heart, like, so.
Wait, so God the rule maker tells us when to be the rule breaker as well. Fantastic.
I mean, that's God.
That's convenient.
God Almighty. They get to they're the one that gets to make the rules and break the rules, right?
I should take that back about the convenient part, because I think carrying an altar around might be quite inconvenient, especially in a desert.
But hey, what better way to show, have your subjects show their unwavering devotion than to put themselves through rigorous labor and,
So if you want to play it safe, I guess you could always ride an iron chariot.
But he's such a fashionista. Like, he's very specific. He's like, bitch, I want blue, I want gold, I want scarlet.
Lots of
Get
gold.
on it.
Gold all over. Everything gold.
No, it couldn't have been totally somebody manipulating everybody. No.
Does that
totally
include
not at all.
Does that fashionista stuff include a belt buckle that reads "Got Mittens"?
It
Well,
could.
a few thousand
Is it
years
gold?
later, it might lean.
If it's gold, yeah.
Okay. That's a dark reference.
That's okay. We liked our.
But not totally inappropriate.
Oh, it fits. It all fits. Yep. Oh boy. Okay, she's getting a belt
In
buckle.
fact,
baby.
I like to think of this as a PG, maybe even a G stream. The funny thing about that is, oh my god!
No.
Well, as I
Have you ever heard Ken
As-
Hovind talk about his belt problems because he got lots of coverage down there. It's so large.
So I thought Amy mentioned G stream, not G string.
oh my, I'll take both.
No, that's Darth Dawkins.
I need to behave. I can't. I was going to say something, but I shouldn't. That.
How about, like Gmail, it hits the G spot? No. Okay.
Oh,
That's
it
going too far.
was more like of a
Oh.
lack of something.
No,
but-
Randolph, we're getting you in the mood. That's what that's called.
Oh, I'm in a good mood because I just finished the tax paperwork an hour before the deadline at midnight. And,
Ooh.
I'm just taking it easy now before I head off to sleep. And what better way to wind down than on Amy's stream?
Well, you and Ken Hovind, you guys
Oh
just
my-
got done paying your taxes, right?
Somebody in the chat's like, this is a G string and the Bible is a chastity belt. No, the Bible is not worthy enough of being a chastity belt. I'm sorry. That's, no.
This is spoilers for tomorrow's episode, but someone did a super chat in the debate today that was like, everyone cares about where their taxes are going. How are you guys paying your taxes? Or it was something like that. And it was a greatly timed question.
Well, this is a business tax that comes every quarter, so we have to make sure. And I got delayed because of client getting ransomware. That's last month now. That's because that was April. And so that put my whole schedule off. But it's just how it goes.
Can I tell you what I'm going to do one day if I ever have a decent amount of money? The
What's
people like Kit Boga and Scammer Payback, I'm going to hire like a team of people like that, and I'm just going to record it. And I just want to frig with scammers all day because that stuff drives me crazy. I mess with them. I want to start recording it. But like I was telling James one day, if they call for certain things, I'll ask for like a very serious faced and stone faced, like, oh no, I want to get a let's just say genitals grafted to my head. And I always try and say it as serious as possible.
I think you could
One
totally
day.
pull it off. I think you could totally pull it off. And the more serious you are, the more fantastic the performance is going to be for YouTube.
I agree.
Listen,
You got to
They've called me a
we
work
just need,
or
we got to do
something,
something just like Mark Roper. I'm sorry, Mark Roper and like
Yeah.
the glitter bomb box like that. That's iconic.
Exactly. That kind of
You're gonna-
stuff just
you're going to
makes me
call
feel
that
better.
American Teletoons, right?
American Teletoon.
Well,
hey,
I'm
good.
doing a show in the near future called Canadian Teletoons. I've been recording my conversations with telemarketers, and
Really?
oh yeah, I just did another one today. It wasn't as exciting as some of the other calls, but sometimes I end up getting philosophical with the telemarketer on a few occasions and asking them if they think this is ethical and what they think my impression of them is and stuff like that.
Randolph Richardson
I can-
calls his insurance company.
Here's
on
the
YouTube.
thing. You're
Well,
you're
they're probably
probably
me.
good.
I'm not calling them.
You're probably good at getting to there. I have a very small window to ask them that. Like, there's a transition from them being super sweet and trying
Perfect
to
word.
get everything, and the more that they realize that you are frigging with them, the more they start to curse and go crazy. And so my favorite, which is considered my trophy, is I had someone tell me they were in ISIS, which I know is not true.
You got that recorded?
No, that's why I need to start recording this stuff.
Darn, that's too bad you didn't have that
Me too.
recorded. Maybe they'll call you back one day.
I've gotten a couple
See,
calls where at work, like if you work at retail or restaurant, you'll have people call you and
Yep.
they're trying to get like a young or somebody who doesn't know what they're doing to answer the phone and try to get them to take all the money in the store and go to like Western Union, wire it to them, or buy gift cards and send them the money. Yeah. So anytime I answer the phone and it's one of them, I always take at least a half hour, 45 minutes of their time.
You're fantastic.
Yeah.
You're a hero.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, though.
What
it's-
else you gonna do?
They're gonna blacklist you if you do that, and then they won't be calling you anymore. You do realize that, right?
It'll be like,
Oh, they'll call
somebody had an
anyways.
accident. Somebody had an accident in the store the other day, and nobody reported it. So what are we gonna do, James, about getting this money? Because if we don't get them this $4,000 today, they're going to sue us, and you'll be fired, James. What are we gonna do, James? How much money do you have in the store right now? If we could just get that money to Western Union and wire it, then then everything will go away.
Do you want to hear one quick call that I got from 2019, October 22?
So Randolph, do that, and then Will and Oz are just popped
Oh boy,
in
both of them.
backstage.
Sure. Okay, so this one's good because they're calling up, and the first part of the recording didn't quite make it because Windows got delayed in recording. I've switched to Linux since, no more of that problem. But they were calling and saying that my social insurance
Bill Gates
number,
is sad.
there's a warrant for my arrest, for the arrest of my social insurance number.
I
So
remember
I've
that.
heard that one before, yeah.
Kindly press 1 and speak to an officer now.
Freight Service Canada, how may I help you?
Oh, what did my social insurance number do?
F-U-C-K.
Huh? So that was,
F-U-C.
Yeah.
that was his response.
Because once they will try to ride the line of being nice, but because they're not real, as soon as they break, they start the cursing and they start all the
He knows I know it's a scam because I asked what did my social insurance number do, not what did I do, but I was taking them literally. And if you take the telemarketers literally, yep. But I'm always fair with them. I ask them, is this a telemarketing call real early on? And most of the time they lie. Okay, the gloves are off. Here we are. Gloves are on, whatever you want to say. It's time to fight. Let's go down that rabbit hole together. Yeah, let's
go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh boy.
Huh? No, I actually like. Not only do I love that stuff, I think. Are you uploading that stuff?
I will be. I've got this intro
Make a new
introduction video
channel
that Peter made for me, so I'm going to be starting with that. I've got to put them together, so it's just
on your channel.
But I'll have some picture on the screen while it's going on. But
on your channel or another channel?
It'll be my channel. I'll put it on a
Okay.
playlist called Teletoons. So
Got it.
Well, go check that out because Randolph, I don't believe in a god, so I'm trying to think what the Lord Calculus. I can't even say the joke. You're doing the Lord's work, but it's with the guy.
doing
fangs.
the
Count
flying spaghetti,
Chocula.
doing
Thank
the flying,
you.
doing the flying spaghetti monsters work, the FSM's work.
Yes, exactly.
Praise
Meatballs
him.
included.
And okay, we're gonna add
How you
in
doing,
Will. Will, we have been Skeptic Bible studying on Bezaleel, Aholiab, Build White Castle, as well as some other fun stuff. How are you, and what are your thoughts?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay? My earpods always
Coming through
crackle and pop
perfectly,
for
Will.
some reason.
Yep.
You're good, Will.
We hear you, Will.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I just like to come on because I'm a huge Amy Newman fan.
Woohoo.
That's sincere.
Amy,
That's not.
he could join our simp army.
That's not.
I
I'm
are
not
each-
being. I'm not being facetious at all. That's absolutely 100% sincere.
Yeah, we know, Will. Thank you, though.
Some people, though, they do like to doubt my sincerity when I talk about stuff like this. But
I told Amy the other day she needed to start her own simp army to go against Darth Dawkins' simp army.
yeah, I mean, atheist, theist, whatever. I just enjoy good content, so that's why I participate here. Cause it's good
Well,
content.
thank you, Will. That's what we try to put out good content. Fun,
White
yeah.
simp to E9, black simp to E7. Checkmate.
And then once,
oh my goodness,
praise God.
And then once Oz jumps in here, I have something that I'd like to ask you guys. It's kind of off topic, but it's something that happened today that.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That I guess you could say would be a 13-year-long answer to prayer.
Well, let's bring Oz in.
Really?
Let's go.
I mean, hey,
let's do it.
Well, Oz, we are having a Skeptic Bible study, a Bible study, along with some other fun on Bezaleel and Aholiab. Build some good White Castle. How are you, and what are your thoughts for the night?
Shark in the water. Shark in the water.
Dun, dun. No, well,
how you doing, Oz?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're all right. We're having fun.
I just left a extremely fundamental Christian stream that I was absolutely polite in and respectful in the entire time, and I still somehow got kicked off.
Let me guess. Maddox After Show?
No, fuck Maddox.
Oh.
No, it was another one.
I agree, Oz, by the way.
Fuck their couch.
But like literally, I screenshot the entire thing just so I have proof. Like I was so fucking cool the entire time. But anyway, I come in here and like I'm just ready to chop it up, and then I hear bombs like, well, Oz is here, and this is a 13-year-old answered prayer. And I show up, so now, Will, I need to fucking know what's going on.
Oh, snap.
I figured you did, and that's why I saved it until you came on the stream.
You're an atheist. You're an atheist. That's the answered prayer. You're an atheist.
No, that's not it.
Oh, God damn it.
We still love you.
Drink to that, Amaretto.
I was just about to say, like, wait, who are you praying to if you're an atheist?
Drink to God.
Oh, wait. Will found out today that he is Darth Dawkins' grandson.
Oh,
dun,
dear God.
dun.
Yeah, no, definitely not Darth Dawkins' grandson, that's for sure.
Oh, my God.
I'm Darth Dawkins' grandson.
and hold on a second.
You killed Oz.
You killed Oz.
You killed Oz. Call the paramedics. Will, say a prayer for Oz.
I'll drink to Oz losing his shit. This is great.
Say a prayer for Oz.
I say a prayer for Oz daily. So.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
You get a line, I'll get a poll.
Amy, I have to say, the way you handled that, I already respected the everlasting fucking hell out of you. But the way you handled that, you are the goddamn boss of all the goddamn bosses that have a fucking boss. And kudos to you. I can tell you right now, in this moment, I would have never handled it the way you handled it. I would have never.
Talking about Darth?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, because I went back and forth on whether it was a good exchange or not. Well, it was actually a longer exchange than I thought, but
it was almost an hour.
Yeah, I mean it's
you and
I gotta see this.
so some people may dismiss it, and some people may overlook it because they don't understand the dynamics, whatever. But you're a nice conversation, and I knowing, my understanding of your position and where you're at, the fact that he would act the way he acted and say the things he said, and you were so seasoned and so professional and so I mean it was fuck you couldn't get any closer to perfection in that scenario than what you did. And kudos to you, because slime balls like him and fucktards like him, their intention is to get you out of your element and to get you off your game, and you never moved, you never wavered, and you stayed true to you and who you are. And I thought it was fucking the ultimate badassery, period.
I can totally.
The unfortunate thing too is like when it comes to like some of the tactics, like the transphobia, like that shit, that stuff. Like I remember we dealt with that in our early 20s when we lived together, like consistently. Like and there's been times like I think before I started coming on, I think before you even started this channel, I think it was on a modern day debate I was watching, and like I'm actually in the chat dealing with the transphobes who are attacking you.
Oh, thanks for doing
that. They're trying to rattle her cage. They're trying to mess with her, and
I know, and it's like
just
it's
brushes
stupid.
right off.
They're but that's the thing. It's like it's so sad because it's like it's good that it's happened, but it's like that kind of shit. Like it's sad at the same time that people just arbitrarily throw that kind of shit out.
Yeah.
And try and use that against people. It's insane.
Well, I don't want to virtue single, but in the last tag team debate, I was in the chat sticking up for Amy.
Excellent.
Retards.
When
Amy's
I have an interlocutor in a debate, when I have an interlocutor who starts going off on those kind of rants, I let them fume, because the more they do it, the worse they look, and they're wasting precious time supporting their own argument, and that's my advantage. And then I will object to it, but I'll let them speak their piece first. Let them be clear about.
Let me retract my language.
Everybody can know what kind of bigot they are.
The word I just used was an insult to people with mental disabilities, and that was the wrong word for me to use. That was a very 1990s word for me to use.
Darth Dawkins called me a retard repeatedly, and the people asked.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's intent.
What do you mean by? Well, what do you think of Darth calling you that? And I said, he was angry. I think he was just mispronouncing my name. I hope that gets back to him.
Yeah, it does come down to intent, but I will say that particular day when that afternoon was going on, I had tons of shit going on, and Titan Uranus, because he does know how much I care about Amy and James and this channel. He sent me a message like, "Hey, this is going on," and I didn't get to it until Amy was already done. Because had I been in there when Amy was, I would have been in that chat. I would have been in that chat like, "Fuck you, like where's the link? Where's the link?"
Yeah. When they start with that he shit.
Yeah, like fuck that shit. Like this is the thing that boggles me.
Where'd he go? What's he doing? Where's he go? Where'd he go? What's he doing? Where is he?
I have a suspicion that a lot of these people who make a lot of big noises and use bigoted language and act all tough in these chats, in real life, they'll be much more polite and feeble.
Oh, well, sure. For sure. It's the freedom of the internet, and that's the thing too. It's like, a long time ago, I mean, I was in some kind of like that state. Amy and I, we spent a lot of time on 4chan and stuff like that a long time ago.
4chan, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Amy cut her chops debating people on 4chan.
Probably is where I got started.
4chan can be very vicious, but you make a very good point about it being a double-edged sword, because there's on one hand, it's horrible that these people will put all these things out, but on the same token, I think there's a bit of a therapeutic aspect to it too, because they're getting a chance to air what they think are their grievances, and by doing that in these internet chats, they're not doing it in real life where they have an opportunity to act directly, violently against other people.
Yeah,
which is probably overall better for society.
And Amy's like, listen, I've talked to Nazis who are telling me to get out of the oven, or get into their oven. So, I mean, what do you got for me? You want to call me he? Okay, go ahead.
Ultimately, I think there's a problem that needs to be resolved. Those people aren't thinking straight.
Well, that's
I think
the
there's a lot of
second time
anger
it's
as
happened
well.
to me. Like Mr. Batman, that was the exact same thing when I went into Mr. Batman. Like I just spoke, like I was just like, "Hi, let's talk about theology." They're like, "Theology? Listen to your voice. It's time to talk about the tranny thing." I'm like, "Okay, let's talk about that." But
they're
I
criticizing.
don't know why.
I don't think your voice
it's
is
like
particularly masculine anyway.
They were criticizing your voice.
Oh,
and
I spent like 20 minutes with like his acolytes, and and just going back and forth because I think they were trying to push me. They're like, "Look at this social justice warrior." I'm like, "That's cool," and yeet. And they tried to sow this other thing, and I'm like, "Yeet." And they kept on trying to poke things at me, and then eventually, after I had pushed them back and forth, Darth came in, and then Darth, like, it is an oxygen sucker. It will not let me ask freaking other questions, and he does this loop. He also
we're almost done. We're almost done, Newman. Come on, we're almost done with this thread.
Exactly, and I would want to ask a clarifying question, but he would want to keep on going. And so it's like
he likes to hear himself talk, and he doesn't want to have anybody get a word in.
But Amy,
we're almost done, Amaretto. Come on, we're almost done with this thread. Then we'll let you ask.
But Amy, how is it in a God and not God world that you ground your basis of morality?
That's a good question.
And I know Amy wanted to troll him at that point, but she was thinking that he would just mute her, kick her from the stream. So,
oh yeah.
In fact, I think Amy looks like she's frozen, so she'll probably be right back.
There's some people like him that
She sent me a text. Everybody, she blue screened.
Yeah, she'll be right back. It happens.
You can get a lot more mileage out of these people by not trolling them, by actually trying to have a dialogue with them. I find, and he's definitely one of them.
Right, because she knows. I mean, if it's a formal debate where they can't just run away, but he's in his own element, so he can just do whatever he wants, you know.
And I'm Canadian. I probably shouldn't say mileage. I should probably say kilometage.
Well, we're all
because we're on
American,
metric here.
So, yeah.
Oh, you guys use miles too for driving.
What do you know? What do you know about that? You don't know nothing about that.
A boot.
A boot that.
Depends which part of Canada you're from.
Oh, you don't know about that.
Well, he's not from Saskatchewan. You do not want to get lost in Saskatchewan. Bad things happen.
Sasquatches live.
Yeah, bad things happen in Saskatchewan. Right, Randolph?
Not that I'm aware of.
I knew somebody who lived in Regina. Actually, that's kind of funny.
Regina.
Welcome back, Amy.
Regina here.
Is it Regina?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Regina. That's where I think Trump would probably replace the R with a V, but it's because that's here how he pronounces Gina all the time.
You got Amaretto's.
Is that where Republican women live?
Actually, it's where the RCMP training centers are, and they have the whole dog training center there too. It's a whole canine.
Do they?
Yeah, it's everyone who trains for RCMP goes to the headquarters there for that training.
Dog training?
The police training, and for all the RCMP members. And so there's also the canine units. A whole picture you can see it from the satellite photos from Google Earth. You can see them out there training the dogs. It's quite interesting. But
so not a good place for Ken Hovind.
So
he has a thing about dogs.
Oh yeah, he should probably stay away from the canine training. Well, it's all fenced off anyway. But
he doesn't like dogs.
Atheist Junior had a video of him like saying about shooting dogs and violence towards dogs. Yeah.
What? I've had a few run-ins with dogs over the years, but they were trained to be violent. But he's got some issues there.
He does. Go ahead, Oz.
No, you're good. I'll be the smartass. So
I was wondering about that.
not ever me.
Shark in the water.
So, Will, tell us about your deconversion story.
It's not quite a deconversion story. It may be even the opposite of that.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You're becoming an Arminian.
Kick him off.
It's not about being Armenian either. It's definitely not the case. No, so you can mute me if you'd like, or you can tell the story.
Well, sorry. I was trying to do my John Maddox impression.
You know, Will's probably going to be about as hard to troll as I am, I have a feeling.
But we're dedicated. We'll do it eventually. Give us time. I think
Will and I have a lot of similarities.
No, I mean, so for me, the thing that happened today that I thought was extremely interesting, and it has been kind of a 13+ year answered prayer.
You finally met Sunflower?
No, but that would be a good answer prayer as well. Maybe not, but
interesting.
No, my wife,
good response,
who was raised Catholic, and I guess you could say joined a Christian denomination almost, probably a good 6 months before we met, who had never really been, I guess you could say, theologically deep. And for me, as a Calvinist, believing the way I did it, that's a God-based system, has completely left her to her own devices to make her own choices. I don't attend the church that she particularly attends. I don't force my theological viewpoints on her in any manner whatsoever. All I am is very, very patient with her. Literally sat down with me today and said that, that she had known, like she could read the words on the page and understand, the words that were on the page, but she never really had a true deep faith until recently. And so even the first probably 6 or 7 years of our marriage, that was kind of a conflict where me and my youth would attempt to say that a particular behavior that she had or whatever would upset me, or a behavior that she would have would upset me. But in my prayer, I felt that God had revealed to me that it wasn't my place, that He was the one who was going to do that, and that I should just be there and be patient. And after 13 years, that has finally happened. And today, for me, that was extremely a joyful occasion to have her literally call me into the room and want to talk to me for almost 4 hours today about how over the last year or so that's become a reality for her. So, and I've done nothing to influence that other than just be there and listen.
So did you tell her that now when she goes to church she can't talk?
No, absolutely not. Why would I tell her that?
Oh, that's what the Bible says. I was just asking.
No, it's not that she can't talk.
I was just asking for a friend.
There's a friend that messaged me in the private message area. Said women can't talk in church.
Was that the freak?
Yeah, the freak. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that they're not supposed to speak. It's that they're not supposed to preach.
Well, it says speak, but okay. I got you.
But if you look at the context of what Paul's talking about, he's talking about women teaching men.
Yeah, I love you, brother. There's a lot of context.
I'm just saying that's the context. You don't have.
Women are not always property. Sometimes they're people.
Sometimes, right?
But it has nothing to do with property. In fact, to me, even though it seems very weird that as her husband, scripturally, people would think that it would be my place to tell her how she should believe. I
But
was patient with
you're not
her
an
and let
asshole,
her
so
grow her own faith, and eventually
Well,
God made it happen on his own, just
Will,
like my Calvinistic theology says it will.
there's influence there, whether you want to admit it or not. But Will, I appreciate that you weren't an asshole and didn't force it upon your wife, even though there was subliminal pushes or suggestions, whether you want to admit that or not. But the book is pretty clear on how women should be treated or spoken to or acknowledged, or the lack of acknowledgement. And that's why I made the joke. But I'm at the end of the day, I'm married, and I love my wife, and I love having a happy marriage. And at the end of the day, I want you and your wife to have a happy marriage, and that's what matters the most.
absolutely.
Sure,
Don't
no,
sell her to slavery.
I
Don't
agree
do
with
it.
that.
It wouldn't
I
be
think that
nice.
people miss.
I concur.
I think that people miss the depth of First Corinthians and what Paul's saying there, right? Like when he's talking about submission and stuff like that. I think that he's teaching more of a deeper lesson, and especially when he gets to the husband part, and he says, husbands, love your wife like Christ loved the church and give yourself up for her. And I think that is far more deeper than I think a lot of men in Christianity want to acknowledge. And I think it's a much more challenging call to men, because if you really look at the world and how the world deals with I guess you could say their faith towards Christ, a lot of it is negative, and that regardless of how your wife treats you, you're supposed to love her anyway and sacrifice your own well-being and your own self-worth for her sake. That's how I interpret that verse.
When you say it's a challenge to men, I don't find it a challenge to love my wife. And I'm thinking of Leonard Cohen's song where he says, "Wasn't hard to love you, didn't have to try."
I don't mean in that sense. I'm talking about in I guess you could say in the common perceived method of women being below men.
It was hard for Ted Haggard to love his wife.
Yeah, I don't see it as I don't see that scripture calling women to be below men. I see it as men are supposed to humble themselves below their wife.
But Will, what you're doing is you're highlighting that scripture, that particular scripture about men doing that thing. There are so many other scriptures in that book that don't have another highlight for men to focus on, that just focus on the women being minimized, scrutinized, and basically by definition being possessions, and just being a placeholder in the in the household or in the family or in the marriage. So you doing that, as much as I do agree with that part, what you said, and even what Randolph said, is we should love and we should think, always be thinking about our partner above ourselves, and always longing to and wanting to do more to make them happy. That does not then take away, subtract, or minimize what the rest of that book says about females as a whole, period.
For example, are you talking like Old Covenant?
Well, even the New Testament, where it's like, you don't dress like this, you don't wear this jewelry, you don't do this, you don't like. There's certain ways not to. Actually, in our episode tonight, we talked about it. Like, there's certain ways you don't do your hair. There's certain things you don't wear on your body. There's certain jewelry you don't wear, because if you do, it is not pleasable. It's not pleasable to the Lord. And it's like, well, why do women get all of these rules and regulations put in front of them, but the men can do whatever the fuck they want? There's no regulations on what a man
I don't
wears.
think that's necessarily fair, because men necessarily may not have restrictions on how they dress, but they have definitely restrictions on their behavior. Or you can't be a drunkard, you can't be a thief, you can't be.
I gotta say, Will, the thing that comes to mind for me is that part in the Bible that says a woman cannot speak in a church unless a man speaks to her first. You know, that's doesn't seem to me to be just about preaching, and even if it is, it's still sexist.
You get a line, I'll get a pole.
I definitely can understand how people would necessarily see that there's sexism there, but if you're thinking about how God set up a system, right, and you can having an order isn't necessarily sexism, in my opinion, because you're not saying that woman is less worthy, because there's definitely scriptures in Scripture that say that women are, equal image bearers. With God.
But she ate the fruit first.
Hold on. What are the? Can you give us chapter and verse on that?
I don't know. I'm actually laying in bed right now. I'd have to if I pull up my phone here, I'd have to. Let me see if I can pull it up my iPad.
I would love to see scripture and verse on where women are compared to men as absolute equal or better.
Amy, can you get him that verse?
What was, say that verse one more time?
No, I have to look it up. Women.
Okay.
Cool.
I was just, that wasn't literal.
Oh, it wasn't literal?
Bible
I'm
speak,
sorry.
yeah, not literal, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because everything I've read, and it's funny that we just talked about this for 2 hours on our episode tonight. Women are in. I love that my wife was on the entire episode tonight. She knows exactly how I feel about this. But the Bible depicts women to be subjects and to be shit at the feet of men.
Yep, that's been my observation too.
Nissa's in the Bible.
And infidels don't fare too well either.
Oh, don't get me started on that. But to try to move scriptures around or move definitions around or verses around to define it in different ways, we're now just reaching. We're reaching because there are so many verses in the Bible that just shit on women. And it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
I think you're adding more to it than what's necessarily there.
No, I'm not at all. You are, and I love you, Will. I love you, but you're minimizing.
No, because Scripture definitely says that there's equality, but not symmetry.
No, it does not spell out equality whatsoever.
So I mean, so what do you think that 1 Corinthians 11:3 means there then?
Well, read it out to me. I'll tell you.
So let me pull up 1 Corinthians 3.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes.
Make it easier for you, Will. Which translation?
ESV is the one that I.
ESV. And what is it? Corinthians what?
1 Corinthians 11:3. And then the 4 or 5 verses that are.
I can read it out. Then you don't have to get up. It's fine.
I'm here. I got my iPad next to me. I just got
okay, so I've got 1 Corinthians 11:3 says, "But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ. The head of a wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God." Is that enough, or did you want me to read a bit more?
Yeah, I mean that's good. What are Oz's takes on that one?
Yeah. So it's still there is no there's no co-being, there's no coexistence there as a partnership or as a marriage. It is I am the head.
There's a hierarchy.
There's still the there's still, it's not a partnership. It's I am your leader. You must follow.
So I think you're missing the unity there of the triune God, right? So if you're saying that the head of Christ is God, they're supposed to be one and the same, right? They're supposed to be one, a union. Would it not also apply to a husband and his wife?
Well, no, because we are not gods. I have no idea what the relationship.
Right, but the the analogy that Paul is using here is he's saying that the relationship between the
Amy's a
husband and his
goddess.
wife is
I was
equal to the
testing.
relationship between Christ and God.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that is if that's supposed to be played out throughout humanity, that's irrelevant because there are humans that don't understand the triune God or a Godhead or anything like that. So how that appears, or how would that would appear to somebody just reading that or hearing that is, okay, the man is the dictator and the woman and the children and family are just the slaves or the subservients.
I think you're missing the key thing. So the theology of Christ and God being one, right? Different, being equal but having different symmetry. That's the whole theology of the Trinity, right? The equation there of a woman being, the husband being the head. That whole applying that in the same sentence is Paul literally saying, because like Genesis says, right, they will become one flesh, they will become one, one person. It's saying that they are equal, but there are different roles that are to be played in the way that things out, because there's God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Even though I don't agree with that, even if I were to concede to that format, there is still, if there's still the God Father and the Son, it's still I'm God the Father, and Son, you're going to do what the fuck I tell you to do, even sacrificing your own life. You're going to do that because I fucking told you to do that. So even under that, there's still a tyrannic, like governmental system there where it's like, I am the one, and I oversee this, and you're going to do what I tell you to do.
Randolph's the godfather.
Of atheism.
Yeah. He's Godfather. Not God the Father, the Godfather.
Thank you for noticing that distinction.
The Godfather.
Well, we're not worshiping you, but yeah.
I don't want anyone to worship me, so that's great.
Even if God gave you omniscience for like the day or like the week that you wanted, you still wouldn't want worship?
That's right. I don't want worship.
Okay.
Even then,
okay.
Why would I need it? Why would I even? If
I don't know. You'd have to get it to know.
That's true, because I'm not omniscient now. I don't foresee that changing.
You're not going to be all-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful.
Praise Randolph. Continue, Otis. Thank you.
I don't need praise.
No, I'm good. I don't. I just don't see any way we cut it, chop it up. Even if like I said, even if I concede to, okay, there's the God Fatherhead and there's the Son, he's still being a tyrant. He's still telling the Son, this is what the fuck you're gonna do. Like I said, and that's what the Bible proposes for the husband to the wife, where the husband submits himself to God, and then the woman is just to do what the husband says to do and follow the lead and shut the fuck up.
That's not what it says, though. It doesn't say the wife shut the fuck up. It says, what it's saying is that there's an order. So, right, as the father does, as the son does the will of the father, right? There's still a partnership there. They're doing all things, because it says even in Scripture, like that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and all things that were made through the Word, right? So there's a partnership there between the triune figurehead of the Godhead.
To you, but you just went
men and women.
But you just went way back to creation to try to solidify this.
No, but I mean, you have to understand. That's all connected. You can't take pieces of here and pieces from there and try to take it. The whole story of the triune God is the breadth of Scripture. It's not a piece of it.
Well, no, it's not pieces. It's understanding that when we're talking about Paul, and what he and if we talk about dates and when these books are written, we don't get to take what Paul said and then take it way back to fucking Genesis 1 and try to correlate the stories. That's not cool.
The stories are same.
No, they're not, dude. They're not at all. They're not at all, because what well, in the Old Testament it's even more fucked up what the Old Testament says. But then even in the New Testament, what it says about women not being able to wear this and wear jewelry and do these things, but then even the way that a woman should submit to her husband as though she is a slave is not okay.
No, you're adding it. It doesn't say submit like a slave. Submission doesn't mean the husband is supposed to submit to Christ, and so you're adding a context there that isn't there in the text. What it's saying is that if all of these people are submitting to each other, if the wife is submitting to the husband and the husband is submitting to Christ, and the husband is living a righteous life and giving his life up for his wife, like Christ gave his wife up to the church, there's a harmony there. It's not about one has to do something and the other has to do nothing. It's the wife has to submit to her husband as the husband is submitting to Christ. And Paul even says to women who are married to husbands who aren't Christian, he says, stay with them if you'd like, but you're free to leave them if you don't.
Okay, so
is that where he tells slaves to be to their master? Just throwing that in there real quick.
It's the same synergy, right? It's when a slave is being, because you're putting the focus here on the earthly plane, whereas the theological view is pointing it towards eternity, right? If you're a slave, if you happen to be in the misfortune of being a slave to someone, you honoring your master, being kind to your master, who could be an evil bastard or a great person, depending on how at the context of the time that they were in. If you're doing that, what you're doing is you're showing that what you're living for isn't for yourself, but you're living for God, right? That's the glory in that. It's not the fact that you're giving in to a tyrant who wants to do whatever. It's that you're literally saying, the crap that I'm dealing with here on earth isn't important based on my faith and and what I trust in heaven.
Here's what I'll say, and I gotta dip off and take care of something. But this is what it is. So husbands, make sure you obey God.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know who this God is. We don't know if it's real. Can we demonstrate it? But you submit yourself to this thing, and we don't even know if it's real. But then wives, submit yourself to this husband that is real, that you have no idea why he is saying what the fuck he's saying, and if the thing he's following is true and accurate. But you should do it anyway because it's your husband. If there's no better definition of just being a tyrant, I don't know what that would be, because it's you don't, like, there's no definition. Just follow me blindly because I'm blindly following this thing.
It's not about that. So look, if you're looking at the curse in Genesis, what is the curse in Genesis for women?
My wife does not submit to me, nor do I want a wife who's submissive. It's not in her personality.
It's not that kind of submissiveness, right? You're misinterpreting the type of submissive. It's not being subservient.
Well, maybe the problem is the way that it's worded then.
It's really not the way that it's worded. It's the way that it's interpreted today, because it says, wives, submit to your own husband as to the Lord, right? So it's not saying
and then there's the term
manliness.
But then there's the term of God-fearing. Fear this God. This God punishes. This God is an angry God, a jealous God. All this kind of thing drowns an entire planet when he's not satisfied with the way people behave or think or whatever. Innocent people as well. So, is that implying that these women should be husband fearing as well?
It's our fault, Randolph. We're misinterpreting. But go ahead.
I'm trying to understand.
No, you're adding things to the text that aren't there. What I'm saying is the text literally says, "Wives, submit to your own husband
I'm interpreting.
as to the Lord." Right.
Okay.
So he's using it as an example. You should submit to your husband as you submit to the Lord. Right. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. Right. So he's not putting men above women. He's saying, in this same example, this is how it works. And his body in himself is Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit in everything to their husbands. Right? He's saying that you should be like Christ. That's his point. And then he goes straight to the husbands. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of the water of the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without a spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. Who loves his wife loves
Cass.
himself.
So how did Christ love the church if he introduced the concept of hell?
Hey, real quick, I do have to bounce.
I'm gonna have to
Cass
go
is
too.
I was gonna say, well,
Let Oz do his
does
outro first before the rest of us.
I was
But
gonna say,
Cass is leaving before that.
I
so.
think Cass has to leave without one, but we're switching it out. It was fun. We're coming back tomorrow, 11 p.m. for an after show review of Atheist Junior versus Ken Hovind with Atheist Junior himself.
Well, maybe we can all continue this in another stream, another after party.
I'm sure.
We're all
Or make a topic on it.
Right.
You know,
Everybody.
Exactly.
Good night, Cass.
Midnight ranting on wives and husbands or women or
Hey.
whatever.
Yeah,
I also want to start hosting debates eventually. That would be fun.
Yeah, Will, you're about to get destroyed.
Ephesians 22. Ephesians 5:22.
I was just put a throw down.
And okay, guys, we are moving
22 through
into
33.
The mime, Gavin's out.
And Oz, you were the last, the recentest, I swear, to join us. Which I was gonna say, I don't think that's a word. I tried to just sneak it in there. Just tried to sneak it in there.
Newman, listen. F-U-C-U-S.
What does that spell?
Amy is numinous? No. Okay.
P-E-N-I-S. What does that spell? What does that spell? Come on.
And so, Oz, we've been having a Bible study, talking theology. I hope you had a good time. Where can people find you? What are your final thoughts?
Well, since I am the most recentest of the recentest, I will say this. First and foremost, Amy and James, I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome.
Love you back.
And
give them their own show and tank.
I wish I would have been in the live chat the other day because I probably would have went off, but
no doubt.
But tomorrow we have another UDC event. We have a debate. We have another live debate, and it is the reigning champion, Godless Engineer, versus Zach from
Zach Seckler, Adherent Apologetics.
Thank you. Adherent Apologetics, and they're debating on, does God exist? So the reigning champion is coming back to the ring to defend his belt, and that'll be a blast. But anything else you need to know about? It's now Tang, the Atheist Network group. We have at least one show every night of the week that you can tune into. Starting this next week, come check us out. We'd love to have you. And I don't care what Will says. I don't give a shit what Will says. Actually, I'll double down. I don't give a fuck what Will says.
It's on, Will.
The
it's
Bible,
on, asking for a debate.
The Bible views women as secondary all day, every day, no matter how you try to slice that pizza.
Oh, only on days that end in Y.
You know, the Bible not being kind to women is kind of like how the internet has not been kind to hamsters.
Yes. So at the end of the day, Amy, James, love you guys. And it's always good to have the Godfather with us.
Absolutely. Or not God the Father.
No,
Godfather.
Godfather, not God the Father, the Godfather. And Will, as much as I talk shit, I love you, bro. You good.
I love you too. Talk shit on you.
We like you, Will. Yeah. We're just giving you a hard time because we like you.
Woohoo.
Exactly.
Thank you, Oz.
I can
Have a
take
good
Thank
night.
you so
And
very
that will
much,
be a
Oz.
great debate tomorrow. Godless engineer on Tart. Wow.
I know.
With
There's
think
also an art debate on Modern Day Debate too.
Well,
oh,
Zach-
really? An art debate? That's
Zach
interesting.
Has Noah's Ark been found? Yeah. Go ahead, Randolph. I'm sorry.
Zach Seckler, I've debated with twice on Modern Day. Well, once on Modern Day Debate, once on Tart. And he also brought me onto his channel to talk about atheism, to find out what my perspective is on it, which was a really nice debate. I mean, a nice conversation. He's basically got this show for his ministry that he's running to put up mostly religious people with different perspectives on Christianity, mostly. So he brought me in as one of his guests on that show, which was kind of cool. He's a nice guy. He's in Philadelphia. I like him. So I think what you're going to see on Tart with him and Godless Engineer is going to be a very interesting debate. They're both quite different styles, different approaches, and there's going to be a clash for sure, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Randolph has a perspective on Christianity. I'll tell you about that. There you go.
Oh, you're thinking hamsters, aren't you?
No, I'm thinking about, like, what if we trolled a church, like, one day, like, we kidnap the pastor before Sunday and then insert Randolph in there and just send Randolph to preach Sunday sermon? And
there is a lady.
I think they might notice.
There's a lady in Eastern Canada named Greta who is a pastor at a Catholic church, and she's an atheist. And the Catholic Church tried to fire her, but they couldn't because it violates our labor laws and her Charter of Rights and Freedoms here and her human rights. So she's
there's no religious exemption.
Well, there isn't because everybody's treated equally here. So what happened is people who are members of that church still attend and still listen to her sermons. She does her job competently, and they can't get rid of her. It drives the Catholic Church nuts. And
she turns the bread and Jesus' body and the wine into blood in the service.
I don't think she's doing any of that kind of stuff, but she's doing the sermon seriously. Okay. She doesn't talk about atheism when she's on the job. No. She's doing everything properly, and so she's doing her job honorably and competently, and the church hates every bit of it.
She's not abusing children, I assume. So that's like a really big red flag.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if she doesn't seem to be. She's more on the level.
That's a big red flag for the church. If you don't have like at least 4 lawsuits against you, then you can't be a priest.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing they had to put in the resume. Then they'd be able to get rid of her.
There you go.
The Catholic Church has so badly mishandled that whole situation. And the worst part of it is when they're going to try to deal with it all internally instead of working with law enforcement, like most organizations would,
I assume almost purposely, but who knows? I don't want to wish bad intent.
Just read after the fact. Yeah.
Why would you work for law enforcement when the head of your church is God, the God of the universe? I mean, just go to him. Bypass the police. Why talk to the police? Come on. Go to God.
I think that summarizes the Vatican's attitude.
Exactly. We got the Pope. He's above the police. He's the Pope. Come on.
He's got a silly hat.
He works for God.
Okay. Will, have we been blasphemous enough?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
if not, we can amp it up.
I think Will has no issues with us.
With the yeah, I know. I was gonna say he's like, no, take pot shots to the Catholic.
That's normal. That's the default for me, right?
Yeah, they're the competition to what Will's involved in anyway.
No, but I think I'm gonna throw this out there now, and I'm gonna
throw it to you.
Other than the show that I possibly may be doing on Monday on Oz's channel, where it's like Calvinist versus woke Christian type of a deal.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's still going on or not. He didn't mention it, and that is like 2 or 3 days away.
Well, he's got a lot going on, so he sometimes misses a few, but check with him on Twitter. He'll confirm for sure.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
an
Like he asked me to be
Episcopal
on it, so
or
I'm hoping it's still on the schedule.
evangelical
Other than
Lutheran.
that,
What
if you
kind of
guys
woke
Oz is
Christian?
reliable. You'll find it will be. Yeah.
do what now, Jay?
Oz
What
is
kind of
reliable. You'll find that it's still on schedule. I'm sure.
what kind of liberal Christian? We got Episcopal. We got
I
liberal
I think they
Lutheran.
called themselves something open deists.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
think it's like an open relationship, like in the secular world.
Any
Open
gods?
marriage.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
any
my God,
gods.
can
Come
you
on now.
imagine an open relationship with Jesus? That is
Yeah.
no, it's a Christian denomination where it basically says that God is involved in your salvation, or I don't know. I Wikipedia'd it, but I'm not understanding it. So
Listen, Krishna is really spoiling this relationship. We need to throw Krishna out.
no, it's a
'Cause,
Christian
yeah.
denomination. Like they believe in Jesus and all that
Open
stuff, but they
Christian
just
though.
believe that it's they're
Jesus,
open.
Krishna, Baal, Bob Barker, whatever.
Fat I don't want to strawman them, because I don't really like. I read it on Wikipedia, and I think there's like a theological Wikipedia too that kind of goes into depth of what different theology, and I didn't really understand it.
Is that like the
to be honest with you.
Conservapedia?
Yeah,
Okay,
similar.
like
Yeah,
right-wing wiki.
Wikipedia or some weird thing like. Yeah.
Are you on there, Randolph? I bet you are.
There's an entry for me in Conservapedia, and it's a mixture of accurate things about me and some exaggerations, and whoever wrote it has an axe to grind, I think. It's a fun read. You can type my name in. Remember, it's Randolf. You'll find me in Conservapedia. It's just hilarious what they wrote. I laugh at it.
I've never been to Conservapedia, but I'll have to check it out. But other than that,
well, you're gonna laugh.
I've already,
it's gonna be some
I-
nice
I've already-
nighttime reading.
I've already committed to it, and not that anybody really gives a shit what Will Stewart does or doesn't do. I am now only going to debate on this channel. So only if Amy has a debate, if she holds debates, that's where I'll be.
That'd be great.
I'm not.
That
I'm
is
not
so
going to
nice of
debate
you, Will.
anywhere else
Seriously.
until Amy has a debate.
Well,
we
Thank you,
value
Will.
you as a friend anyway, Will, regardless of that. So you're always welcome here.
And hey, I want to start doing some debates. Other places, but I'm
he's a Christian, but he's reasonable. We love you, Will. Thank you.
I think so. Thank you. I love you guys too. But yeah, and then just for the last part of that thing, even Paul says there, that it's a mystery. The mystery is profound, and I'm saying that it refers to Christ and the church when he's talking about women and husbands. 3 verses for women, 9 verses for men. I don't think that he's telling husbands that they can go around and smack their wives around and tell them what to do. I think it's
hopefully not
opposite of that. Yeah, I don't get that from the text. Some people may, but that's that's their opinion. So.
It's not Islam after all.
Thankfully for you and your
Thank
wife,
you so much.
I'm sure you guys have a wonderful relationship, and yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's been great it's been a lot better than the first 70 years of marriage. I think every first 5 years of marriage for any couple is difficult.
I don't know. I didn't make it to 5 years.
Oh,
that would be
what did
why it
I
would be
do wrong?
difficult,
What
then.
did I do wrong? Yeah, there you go.
No, I mean I think it's because you got 2 selfish people trying to work things out in a single environment, and that's tough for anybody, right? Regardless whether you're a Christian or not a Christian.
Yeah.
I think
No,
it's
rough.
Good time.
It can be, yeah.
I know someone whose marriage didn't even last a day after the wedding. He caught his new wife having an affair with some other guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my first wife. You remember, guys? I've told you about my first wife when I was in my 20s. I was actually restricted days the day we got married because I had gotten in trouble for leaving my security badge out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Talk about tyranny. I left my security badge out, so we got married, and then she ended up, like grinding with some other dude on the dance floor on our wedding night, because I was stuck on base. So
how long were you guys married?
A couple hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you even shorter than Randolph's example.
Yeah, I didn't end it there because I didn't find out about it until 3 weeks later when someone in my class told me about it. Because my wife had actually gone to our first duty station in San Antonio, and I was still in San Angelo, Texas at the time.
Were you in
And
the Army
my
or
wife
Air
didn't
Force, or
want to
what were you
come.
in?
I was in the Air Force.
Air Force, okay.
Yeah, and so my wife didn't want to come pick me up
Yeah.
to take me on the weekend, and I was telling my friend about that, and she said, "I think I might know why she doesn't want to come pick you up." And then she happened to divulge what her and two other guys in my class saw happened at the one and only club in all of San Angelo, Texas that night.
Good that you have honest friends.
That's true. Good, you have honest friends.
You know, it's good you have honest friends. They've saved you a lot of time and heartache.
Well, actually, I forgave her for that incident and continued to be married for another 7 or 8 months, and then she did it again, and it was the second time that ended it.
Once
enough was
Fool
enough.
me once.
Fool me once. Yeah, exactly.
And the
Fool me
second time
twice.
was worse than dancing with somebody on the dance floor. Like I got drinking and dancing with somebody. You know, I'm not that kind of a control freak or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
if you
it's
want to.
not a really big.
Yeah,
But when it goes way beyond that, yeah.
But
yeah,
she really
on
should
the
have. But
wedding
she really should have
night, it's
been.
a little bit.
On the wedding
She
night,
really,
yeah, that's
she
fine.
really should have been making you a priority instead of going on the dance floor. You can,
Yeah, exactly. And then to cheat with a 40-year-old amateur porn director 7 months later was the last straw on that one. So.
I can see why that would be a breaking point.
Yeah.
Ooh, a porn director. Wow.
Amateur.
Adding insult.
Amateur.
Holy
Yeah, not even a rich one, just an amateur. Yeah, you got a lot of money.
Dude that there was no
That's
money
just the
involved.
guy with the camera.
It's the guy with the camera in the bathtub in his bathroom. You know,
He was on Backpage, but now that that's shut down, he's not making any money anymore.
Holy cow!
Comments are probably loving this because I think it happened after the live ended.
No. So hey,
I don't mind.
I'm just glad that you're here having fun.
We love you, Will.
I was enjoying the back and forth before, but now we're gonna hand it off to Randolph Richardson.
The Godfather.
Yeah,
Not
we're moving on
Godfather,
through. We have been
The
Skeptic
Godfather of
Bible
atheism.
studying. Yeah, the Godfather of atheism. On
We've been blaspheming
Bezaleel
flagrantly.
and Aholiab build White Castle.
Christ on a cock. Oh,
I hope you had a fun time tonight. And where can people find you? And what are your final thoughts?
Well, it has been fun building a White Castle. Are we going to be reviewing other parts of the book that cover different colors of castles, or do they only take care of the white ones?
I think it's only going to be the white one.
It's only white, Randolph.
Not much variety then. Okay, shucks.
This was not the 19th. This is like the 800 BC. Come on.
Oh yeah, they're limited resources. They don't have
Whites.
for the other colors. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe that's what it is. They didn't have enough finger paint colors. Maybe. I run an organization called the Canadian Atheist.
Good night, Grumpy.
Yeah, good night,
Grumpy.
Yeah, good night, Grumpus. Yeah, he's leaving. Sorry, Randolph. Didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It's important. They're the audience. They're very important. So I run an organization called Canadian Atheists. One of our mandates is to see atheism become normalized in society. The Canadian Atheists, you can find out more about it at www.canadianatheists.ca. And the Normalize Atheism campaign is at www.normalizeatheism.ca.
So, what do you have, about 5 to 10 members in that? I'm sorry, Randolph.
What are you talking
Darth
about?
Dawkins, remember?
Please pretend
Darth Dawkins. He was like,
yeah, I was
he was like, what do you have? You have 10 members in that? 15 members?
I was yanking in their chain when I picked that funny number under 100
50 or whatever.
Under 50. Actually, since that show, the membership has shot up and we passed 50, so it's good. Yeah, so I think he's brought some members. There's even a soundbite in there. There's one point where he said that I've just joined Canadian Atheists, so I'm going to play that back at some point.
Yeah,
timing right, and thank him for joining. Because if he's going to declare it publicly, great. Like our policy is, if somebody wants to mention it publicly, great. But we won't tell anybody who our members are. We won't confirm if somebody is a member or isn't a member unless they publicly state that they're okay with that, right? So, because the privacy is very important. It's also the law here in Canada. So privacy is very.
I would be a member, but I'm not in Canada.
You don't have to be Canadian to be a member. Anybody can join. So yeah, we've got members from around the world as well. The vast majority of our members are here in Canada, but there's a few people in other countries who've joined as well, and there's even a few theists who've joined. So because they like what we're doing, they like that we're not being aggressive and antagonistic in our approach. And we definitely purposely don't want to be antagonistic and confrontational, because we feel that that's not the best approach to use. We think a better approach is kind of more open and friendly and welcoming, and just very gentle kind of stuff. Not like we're not going out there telling people that they're bad for all this kind of religious belief, and we're not making statements about atheism being superior or anything like that, because definitely that's not the case, and that's a fact. It is just we just don't believe in deities, and the rest of the stuff is all over the board, right? So yeah, so if you want to find out more about the Normalize Atheism campaign, which ties into this very well, is at www.normalizeatheism.ca. I also have a YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Randolph Richardson. And remember that Randolph is spelled Randolf, not PH. It ends with an F. Thank you, Amy, for hosting this, and it's great to talk with you again, Will, and everybody here. It's been great, James.
Thank you for coming on, Randolph. We love you.
Oh, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And to everyone in the audience, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate
they're
you all coming here and supporting Amy. It's great. She's got a great show going here.
They're why we're
Thank you
here.
so
That's why
very
we
much,
did do all
Randolph.
this for the audience.
Love it.
Woohoo!
And just
Now,
piggyback real quick.
Oh, well, so Aunt Jer wants to know if, Randolph, do you know what a White Castle is?
I'm assuming it's a castle that's the color white.
Yes.
Negative on that, Randolph. Tell him, Amy.
It's like it's a fast food chain that, like Aunt Jer was saying, they sell like specific type of small burgers.
So the Bible is actually about creating a fast food restaurant.
There you go. It's all coming together.
That was the joke. Yeah.
The drive-through can accommodate iron chariots, I guess.
No.
That's the drive.
It's a clearance
struck
on
by
that.
lightning while you're eating your fast food.
It's metal
They're
detectors.
gross
It's got to be
hamburgers
wood.
unless you're drunk. Like nobody
in those
eats White
days
Castle when they're sober.
In those days, would it be blasphemous to take your time eating fast food?
Probably.
Yeah, but nobody eats
not
White
that bad,
Castle when they're sober.
They're not that bad, Will. Come on.
Just like a Waffle
go to
House.
Crystal Burger.
A Crystal Burger.
Crystals are probably a little bit tastier than White Castle, to be honest with you. But White Castle, you only
we don't
get
have
when you're
either
drunk.
down in Florida, so
And you get like a 12-pack of them for like $6.
It sounds to me like we've jumped into the rabbit hole of branding. Brand names. Sorry, brand names.
Just making me hungry now.
I got to make sure I use the right phrasing here because we're getting
There's
medieval.
not many White
Not
Castles
branding,
or
it's
Crystals
brand
even
names.
around anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
It's rare to find
Yeah.
one. You have to go to like the Midwest. That's the only place you can find a White Castle or a Crystal anymore.
Okay.
And okay, we're moving on.
We're almost done.
James,
Now I know
help
what a
us land the plane. I know it's like not knowing. Anyone know whose line is it anyway? It's like not knowing the context of the who lies any of it, joke. Once you know the context of the joke, you're like,
Can you highlight Maya Atkinson's comment? She's saying, "Can't tell if he's talking about White Castle or Taco Bell."
Yeah.
Well, they're very similar.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
I eat Taco
it's
Bell
like,
when I'm sober, though. I never.
Oh, that's so funny.
But
Yeah,
Will,
come
honestly,
join
how
us
often is
anytime,
that?
Ryan.
How often are you sober, really? I mean, honestly.
And I just learned what a White Castle is.
99.9%
Didn't know
of the
before,
time.
so
all right.
I get
My
that joke.
mistake.
It's great.
I like Taco
It's
Bell.
like,
Although Taco Bell is the best Tex-Mex fast food restaurant in the United States is Taco Cabana.
Taco what?
Taco Cabana.
Cabana.
Yes, Taco Cabana is only in Texas that I know of. It may be in Oklahoma a little bit. But Taco
Are you in
Cabana
Texas,
is,
Will?
I lived in Texas when I was in the military for like 5 or 6 years. I live in North Carolina now. But Taco Cabana, they make fresh, pressed tortillas. I mean, as far as Tex-Mex is concerned, it's like that fast food is like the 80% of all Tex-Mex restaurants in the United States that aren't in Texas.
But you get that North Carolina, they got good barbecue up there. It's different than Texas, but still good.
I'll take some barbecue.
I'm from Missouri too, and KC barbecue is really good. It's a completely different style of barbecue. So different meats, different flavors.
It's all good. Bring it all. Bring it all. Bring the bacon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Tex-Mex though. So Mexican food, what we call
yeah.
Mexican food in the United States isn't Mexican food. It's Tex-Mex, right? It's
same with almost all
Mexican
food. Like all the Chinese food, it's not.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not really what
they don't serve anything in China that we have here in America.
And I learned that
it doesn't taste anything like it.
Because I rented a place from a guy who his wife was from China, and then her parents came over, and it was like a multi-unit place, and then they were in came down one day. It was a weekend, and they had it was breakfast, and they had a fish on the table, like a whole fish, and they were digging into it for breakfast. And they're like, "Oh, come on over, James, have some." And you know, I was still lit up from the night before, so I'm like, "All right, okay, whatever." And it wasn't bad.
You're not going to find General Tao's chicken.
No, nothing like that.
Or sesame chicken in China that you can't find it.
Yeah.
They actually, I was there for Thanksgiving, and they had a Chinese Thanksgiving, and it was better than when I was with my son's mother for the kosher Thanksgiving, which was not a very pleasant, not a pleasant experience. But anyway,
you can find Chow Mein and Chow Mein. So Chow Mein is fried rice, and you can find Chow Mein, which is like the fried noodles. You can find that in China, but you're not going to find any sesame chicken or orange chicken or any of that stuff.
Beef and broccoli, no.
Beef and broccoli.
Okay, guys, you're making me hungry.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna.
So anyway, guys, I'm not gonna take a lot of
time.
time. But thanks everybody for watching. It was a great Bible study. Thanks everybody, and we will be back tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time to review the debate that was on tonight between Atheist Jr. and Ken Hovind. That's going to be lit up. You don't want to miss it. And thanks everybody for being part of this. It was a great stream, even though woohoo! I've got some things going on here, but
But that's okay.
Life happens. Life happens. Yeah.
Well, but I love sending hearts.
Yes, thank you so much, Amy. You're great.
Yeah, thank you. I second that.
I hope you all had a fun time on this episode of Skeptic Bible Study. Bezaleel and Aholiab build White Castle, where the dynamic duo of Bezaleel and Aholiab spent a whole bunch of time.
Not me and Amy, another duo, another dynamic duo.
That's a different dynamic duo.
Yeah.
That's the one that's a little bit more, we'll say, fabulous.
For the devil. For
the devil. Building stuff for God. I want to thank James W. and Sam Alvarado, along with our guest hosts, Cass Randolph, Will, and Oz, along with all the lovely people in chat and our awesome mods who make this stream so great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that all button icon so you can be part of our live streams for YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook.
We see you, Will. We see you. And on the Bible.
If you'd like to help make more fun content, feel free to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Amy Newman.
Like Gilbert said.
Amy Newman. I'll see you all on the next episode of Skeptic Ball Z.
Sell me a quality muffler at a reasonable price.
Well, that's great.